Hello everyone, Karnasa here, and welcome to RP-1 all over again. So yeah, I put this to a vote a while back, I think it was some point last week, and the overwhelming consensus was that people would like to see this being streamed. So I am going to be playing RP-1 on stream today, and the main focus of this, I'm not going to make a series out of it, it's just going to be on the streams. I'm just going to play this on stream. I'm not going to do any behind the scenes kind of stuff, I'm just going to play RP-1 on a stream. But hello everyone, hello and welcome to this stream. I did notice, yeah, I had 50 people waiting for this stream, which was very exciting. That's the most I've had for quite a while, so hopefully this does not disappoint. Yeah, you what?
Waiting for me.
Waiting for Alicea. So Alicea is next to me again. She is painting at the moment. And yeah, so welcome everyone. Welcome SharkyK2, Curium95, even. I can read. Neptune Official, Speedy. I saw N9 in the chat as well. Hello, Cadnis, Copper Spikes, everyone. Hello and welcome. So, here we are at the start of a new game. It is right at the start. I'm going to go into difficulty options and just make sure that I've got everything that I want it to be. So I feel like normal is going to be okay. Don't want missing crews to respawn. Think that all looks good there. I want to allow other launch sites because we might want to... Actually, no, I'm going to do everything from the Cape. And advanced, anything in here? No, not really. I'll make it a little bit more difficult and require signal for control. And yeah, that'll be that. I need to get rid of ScanSat Official because you shouldn't have that running when you're doing an RP-1 career. So we're going to get rid of that. I can go through all of these settings and have a look and see what I want. Kerbalism, I want lifetime radiation because that's always fun. It's always fun to let your Kerbals be killed with radiation. I think joint reinforcement, no. There's one other thing that I want to change. I think I want persistent color reselections or whatever that was. And this should all be good. Test light is enabled. Cool. So we're going to accept that and we're going to start this brand new career. So, Karnasa, did you give your wife a candlelit dinner? I'm fairly sure at some point in our relationship we have had a candlelit dinner.
I'll ask him.
I'm fairly sure we have. So, oh boy, here we go. 07.
McDonald's.
So I spent 2 days trying to get 1.10 to work before giving up and getting back to 1.8. What the hell? So I am going to be doing a 1.10 installation video, and I have half done that. And that should be released tomorrow. This version of KSP that I'm playing on right now is what I have done for my installation video. So who are our astronauts? We've got Kevin Rice, we've got Anatoly Yemelyanov, we have Donald Brewer, and we have Gail Terry. Those are going to be our initial 4 astronauts, and they're probably never going to get used unless I do some kind of not sounding rockets, X-planes or something like that. So let's spend our upgrade point, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that into my VAB to begin with, because we don't need research and development to begin with. So yes, VAB is going to be good. Yep, I've spent that. Understood. Thank you very much. Thanks, I've got it. Was that Gene Kerman? I think it was, but yeah, we are good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into mission control. We are going to go to available, pick up first launch. We should have the start parts technology. Yes, if we just time warp a little bit, hopefully that should activate that. If I come into research and development, yes, we've got starting parts so we can build stuff. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go straight into the vehicle assembly building and work on some sounding rockets. It's the sounding rocket grind. It's going to be... not that exciting. New RP-1 save. Yes, Siren 001. This is a new RP-1 save. Evening, Karnasa. Good evening to you as well, Matt. Welcome to the stream. Karnasa, open settings and season option to turn on the ability for Kerbals to get cancer. Karnasa, yes. So thank you, Werner von Kerman. Don't need that. So I don't have crash on this install, because in the newer versions of RP-1, we can actually simulate stuff, which is kind of cool. That's a new addition that's been added. And yeah, I really like that. So what we're going to do to begin with, of course, we are going to make ourselves some kind of sounding rocket. Where has it gone? There's the core. So this will be a very, very nice, quick and easy build. We'll grab a conventional structure fuel tank. I'm going to put that on the top. We're going to make that a smooth cone. Change that to a peaked, like so. Top can be 0 and bottom can be 3. And there we go. I'm going to turn the music up just a tad. There we go. Our P1 save, our P1 save, yes, indeed, Katniss, indeed, it is an our P1 save. One save, yes. I'm probably pronouncing that terribly, but yeah, no. So this is just gonna be, it's gonna be RP1. It's gonna be RP1, and it's yeah, just the start of an RP1 career, and it's gonna be pretty cool. It's been a while since I've done this, so we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to the best of my ability to kind of like maybe not speed run this, or well, I'd like to get through this as quickly as possible, but it'd be nice to try and figure out everything. So there's a lot of new stuff that I've never seen before. So this is new. It tells us that we need high pressure tanks for this, and that is really cool. That is really cool. I don't know if that's because I've got advanced tweakables on, but that is such a nice little addition that they've added to the game. Really nice. So now I know that when I come into here, I can change this to separate steel high pressure and know that this is exactly what I want. So Ixon from a Vena, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation, best KSP streamer. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Why do people keep saying that? I don't know, because I blather on about whatever I'm going to be doing, and I don't know. I am speed. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can. Obviously, I want to try and get through this sounding rocket grind very fast, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to work on a very simple sounding rocket to begin with. And we'll make these fins a lot smaller. Oh, hello, there goes the rocket. It's disappeared. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? So one of the mods, I've got B9 procedural wings as well, but for some reason I don't have them so that I can recolor them at the moment. I'm gonna have to figure out what's gone wrong here, because I would really like the ability to recolor these wings, because at the moment, well, it's they do look a bit naff how they are. I would quite like to be able to recolor these and to make things look a little bit better, but we're gonna open up the J menu, and what we're gonna do is we are going to get rid of that bottom like so, and there we go. We've got some tail fins for our first ever sounding rocket. So what should we color this in? If anyone's got any preferences, what would people like to see? What color scheme shall we go for this rocket? Shall it be bright and pink? Shall it be yellow? Shall it be orange, white, black, grey, blue? I don't know. I'll see. What do chat want? J-Ceratops Canasta? It's due to the standard branch of B9 proc wins on 1.10. Oh, okay. Do I need to change that then to get my recolorable stuff back? Because I would really like the recolorable stuff back. That would be very, very, very nice if we could get that back. So we've got red, we've got green, red and white, blue, purple. I probably should have just said a couple of options, but no, chat. Green rocket, green, Katniss wants green, red and green. So red and green, how about red and green, the Christmas rocket? We'll call it the Christmas rocket. I like red and green. We're gonna go for Christmas rocket. So this will be Christmas sounding rocket. I feel like sounding rocket. There we go. And this, yeah, we'll have the Christmas series as our kind of like rockets to begin with. Red and green. Here we go. So I think maybe I'll make the top red, like so. And then we'll make the bottom green. If I can find, we've got green. Maybe make it a little bit lighter, like so. There we go. That looks very military. That looks very military. And unfortunately, as I've said, I can't change the color of the B9 wings, which is a little bit of a shame. It's a little bit of a shame, but we can work around that. We can work around that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, that doesn't matter. Can't I call it Jesus 1? I'm not going to be calling it Jesus 1. I don't want to bring any kind of religion into these streams if I can help it. But there we go. We've got a green and red sounding rocket. What we're going to do is, of course, we are going to put some science on here. I'm going to set these to go off to begin with. And it looks like I can't place any more science in there. So I am going to go into my science, and I'm going to put a thermometer and a barometer in. So I've gone for restock rather than Ven's revamp. I think it's restock and Ven's revamp. Reason being, I always play with Ven's revamp, and I decided to go for something a little bit different this time. I thought restock, it might be nice to get into restock, so that's why everything looks a little bit different at the moment. So we're going to whack that in there, and now I can no longer select that. That was really dumb. So Wretched Music 87, thank you for the £2 donation. New career, eh? Well, this is going to go swimmingly. You would think, maybe, but we will have to see. We will have to see how this goes. Wait, was that sarcasm? Was that an S/S? Yeah, no, this could go badly. It's been a long time since I have started an RP1 career. The last time I started was when I started Kerbal Gets Real, so that was obviously at the, well, like July last year. So it's been a while. See if I can find that thermometer. There we go. So I want to activate that from the off. There we go. We've got a temperature scan in place, and we'll just move that into the middle opposite the barometer. Then we've got a thermometer and a barometer in here. We're going to save this up. I'm going to grab a a launch clamp, and we'll place that on the bottom, and there we go. That is going to be our first rocket that we launch in this series. It's really simple, just your bog standard sounding rocket. I want to see if I can get this going down further. There we go, something like that. That's going to be really simple, really nice and easy. Of course, we do want to tool this though, so we will tool this, and that is going to cost us 1,000 funds. Oh, it's so expensive to begin with, but we will be getting lots of money. It's fine. And I have done this. I know I will be using this 300mm diameter quite a lot, and I feel like this will be the top of my 3,000 kilometers down range rocket. I feel like, yeah, so this will get quite a bit of use. So there we go. We're going to do that. We are going to launch this, and we're going to have to unlock all of those parts. There we go. We are going for that. So that's very, very nice. Oh, wait. No. I've forgotten something. I have forgotten something. I have been very, very silly. That's bad. That was silly. Right, so we want to fill this up with fuel. That would be smart. There we go, and we want to sort our staging out. So 38 seconds, and then if we put some in here, that's 49 seconds. So we are going to be slightly overburning this. Not that that really should matter. If I change that, 48 seconds will be fine for that. And this is just going to be for our first ever launch. First launch, that's all we're doing with this. This won't break any milestones. We're not even going to break the Kármán line or anything like that. No, this is just a first launch. So now that that's done, I hope I don't have to retool it. Great, that was really silly of me. Oh, well, this is going off to a fantastic start. Already wasting money. There we go. So yeah, that is going to be our first launch. Now I can launch that, and I know that I've done everything. The staging is all correct. So I'm going to save that. And then what we're going to do, we are going to make the Christmas sounding rocket with... Why is that not working? Let me... Come on. With... booster! And with an exclamation mark. There we go. Because it's exciting. We're going to get a booster on top of this as well. So this, hopefully, if I have done this correctly, should be able to get us to the Kármán line. This next stage, and all we're going to do is we're going to create one of these and put a tiny Tim on the bottom, and it's pretty much a basic start for an RP-1 career. We'll go for a diameter of 3 and then place a tiny Tim underneath that, and that is our second rocket. Very simple, nice and simple. What we'll do is we'll have those fire at the same time. We'll have all of those fire at the same time, then we'll decouple. And that's all we need to do for our second rocket. Very good. Wait, did RSS come to KSP 1.10? Yes, it has. It is now officially supported. I have been working on an install video for a bit today. This version of KSP that I've got is what I have done from my install video, and I hopefully should have that releasing tomorrow, which will be very cool. Right, so there we go. We can do that. I shouldn't... Oh, no, I do need to tool the ring decoupler, which I will do now. 539 funds. Fantastic. What we can do is we're going to launch that as well. We'll unlock that, and there we go. We've got our first 2 rockets ready to be built. And maybe I should make another one just in case of failure, but I feel like this should be okay. You know what I never did as well? God, I'm really flustered today. I'm really messing this up. Oh yeah, no, our aerodynamic overlay is completely fine. That's fine. And yeah, this second one should hopefully get us to the Kármán line, which will be great. There we go. We can leave the vehicle assembly building and get to launching these. Is this the usual hot staging sounding rocket? Essentially, this is basically what you will do at the beginning of any RP-1 career, create a hot staging rocket like this. And it's very terrifying because you don't have a long time. You don't have much time to react to get this done. And there's like no time at all. There is no time whatsoever. So I've got 50,000 funds, so I'm going to spend a bit and get another couple of upgrade points, I think. There we go. So we've got 3 in the VAB, which is going to be great. And yeah, that's only going to take us 47 days. And I think I might even rush this a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Probably not worth doing this. I just kind of wanted to get a launch in the first month. I could do it once more, but that's going to get really expensive. And if this fails, then I'm in trouble. It's Ralph Wiggum. I'm in danger. So yeah, that's that. That's all that done. We're going to warp to complete, and we are going to launch this first ever sounding rocket, the Christmas sounding rocket. It's not at Christmas. We are in February. But, oh well, that's, we can't do anything about that. So we're going to launch this, and let's crack this off. First launch of the series, and it's going to be a good one, hopefully. Booster! It doesn't work in 1.10.1. What doesn't work in 1.10.1? Do all the mods in the video work in 1.10? As far as I'm aware, the mods that I did in my last video, pretty much, but like I've said, I am doing a new video tomorrow. There should be a new video out tomorrow, which will be up to date. It will contain everything, and it should all be okay. Right, so I just want to check and make sure that our science is all running. MechJeb, I want you to move. I'm going to have to sort this out. This isn't where I usually have everything, so if I go... Oh, what is that? Oh yeah, that's a new mod that I've got. That's a bit of a spoiler. It's a great mod. I can't believe I've never used this before. So waterfall is fantastic. It looks so good. Anyway, I want persistent rotation to disappear. I don't want that up. I want my MechJeb over there. That's fine. I don't need smart ASS, not for a long time. Or orbit info. There we go. We are ready to launch our first sounding rocket. And if I hit space, there we go. We have fired up that engine. And now let's just launch this and see how far we get. But I love the sound effects of what waterfall does to these rocket engines. They're great, they're fantastic, everything sounds so much better. But yeah, it's just it's a sounding rocket. Oh no, well, we got a launch. But yeah, we had a failure as well. Barely got off the ground. Oh dear. Is that enough to complete the contract? First launch, yes it is, but boy was that close. Oh dear, that was bad. That was very bad. Very unfortunate. Test light doing me dirty from the beginning of this career. Oh, Test light, how I've missed you. So we're going to just follow this all the way down, see where it ends up, and we might as well. I think we should gain a bit more science from this. I'm not even going to have enough science to... I didn't even get supersonic. I'm going to probably not even be able to unlock any new technology. I probably should have put parachutes on this or something. Then I could have safely recovered it, but, you know, it's fine. So, Canassa, what is up? I'm here. What pog is going on? Well, we've just bombed our launch site. That really didn't... Oh, most of it survived. We lost the avionics, which means I don't think we will be able to get a science bonus for something recovered from a flight. We might be able to. I don't know. But yeah, no, start of a new RP-1 career, and it's going about as well as you would expect. It's not been good. Test light failure from the very start. Really not promising. Kanasa, is this a sign to come? I probably would think so. I would imagine so. Failure on the first launch, it's never a good sign. So Pog, 120 people watching. Well, thank you everyone for coming along to the start of this RP-1 career. It's been interesting. It's been bad so far. Do we get any science for that? No, we've got a whole whopping 0.2 science. So our first launch has been a terrible failure. So what we're going to do, we're going to come into mission control. We're going to pick up the Carmen line contract because hopefully we should be able to achieve that. We need sounding... Oh, no, we don't. We don't need sounding rocket payloads for these. Okay, so I'm going to grab that as well. And, yeah, we should be able to complete both of those contracts in a single launch, hopefully with the Christmas sounding rocket with booster. I'm going to duplicate that because I feel like that would be a smart idea, just in case it fails again. And I'm not sure if I'm going to rush the build. I think I might get another point in the vehicle assembly building, though. And then hopefully the next lot of contracts that I finish, I'll be able to put some into science, because I am going to have to think about getting science at some point. It's a shame I can't start my science yet because I didn't get enough science from that launch. So this is already off to a pretty bad start. It's a pretty bad start. Wow, how much science? An entire 0.2. Yes, it was very bad. Well, it kind of worked. Well, yes, but actually no. So I'm not going to rush build this. I think I don't really have the funds to warrant rush building this. So we are just going to warp this to complete. We're already on the 19th of March. We are screaming through this year. This year is going very quickly. So if we warp this to complete, and then hopefully we should be able to break the Carmen line with this launch. fingers crossed, if it goes according to plan, then yes. If we don't have any engine failures, anything like that, this will breach the command line, which is exactly what we want to do. So Kanasa, hello, what's happening? I just joined. Hello and welcome HexusBG. We're starting a brand new RP-1 career. We've had a failure already, as would be expected. And yeah, now we are on to our second one. And hopefully, this should breach the command line. So we're going to throttle up. And this is what's scary, because I have to stage this incredibly quickly. So in 3, 2, and 1, and we're going to launch, and then we're going to stage, and we are on our way up. And we didn't have a failure on the Aerobee. We did not have a failure on that Tiny Tim booster. Hopefully, if all goes according to plan, this should make its way to 100 kilometers, and we should complete that sounding line, common line contract and get a lot of funds. But yeah, now it's just going to be a while waiting for this to go up to space. Now I'm going to look up because I am yellow clocking and I don't know why I'm yellow clocking. So basically the install, let me talk about the install for this. It's a very clean RO RP-1 install. I think I've only got 42,000 module manager patches on this compared to the next millennia, which has about 115,000. There's really not an awful lot on this install at all. It's very basic, and I've done that just so it would be nicer for me to stream, because my next millennia streams, they do get very, very laggy. They get very laggy, and it's kind of like uncomfortable to watch. So I was thinking maybe if I keep this really clean, really nice, then hopefully I shouldn't get as, well, it shouldn't be anywhere near as laggy. I'm getting 30 frames per second at the moment, and we are kind of getting a bit of a green clock, which is nice. Do you still use CCAN? I still do. I do use CCAN, and that's what I have been using to download all of this. Although I do have the master files for RO engines, RO capsules, and basically all of the RO suite of mods, and of course the master file for Waterfall, which sounds beautiful. So nice. We need to get to 69 kilometers. Well, we have more than reached 69 kilometers. We are indeed going to break the common line today. We're going to hit 112,000 currently. So this has been a complete success. We have sent our first rocket to space, if you want to take the common line as where space technically begins. So yes, I can't remember exactly what the definition of the common line is. I believe it's the point where a plane, it's something to do with wingspan, I think, and getting lift. And once you get past that point, you have to be traveling faster than orbital velocity to gain any lift. I think that's how the common line is defined. I might be wrong, correct me in chat if I am wrong, but yeah. I think that's what it is. Small team of scientists claps on the ground. So we get a nice slow little clap, and yes, we have made it up to space. And what I'm going to do is we are going to physical time warp through this. We should get a fair whack more of science for this. Although we are in the middle of a solar storm, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to transmit this. If we can't transmit this, this has been a terrible failure. If this was stock, this would be space right now. Indeed, we would. We would definitely be in space, but we're not even going to reach. We're not even going to reach space. According to RO and RSS, we need to be at 140 kilometers, and we're only going to reach 111,000. But fortunately, as we can see, we have completed the common line contract. There we go. Common line rocket has been done, and we get a whole load of milestones completed as well. So that should give us, well, we've got 80,000 funds. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, and we are going to be using those funds. We're going to put those funds to very good use, hopefully. The common line is right here. There we go. We have just gone beneath the common line. We've made it up to space, and we're on our way down to bomb Cape Canaveral yet again. And I was thinking of maybe using Katniss's Cape Canaveral mod for this because it looks very, very, very nice. And I probably will at some point get this for this RP-1 series that I'm doing, just the RP-1 career that I'm doing. Another thing that I was potentially thinking of doing, but I'm not sure if I will, was using Principia on this save. I've never used Principia, so I don't know how it works. And I thought, to begin with, I probably shouldn't do that because I've got no idea what I'm doing and it wouldn't be that interesting. I need to learn it a bit first before coming in and doing that. Life is a simulation. Life is indeed a simulation. We are all in the Matrix. Oh, there we go. There goes the rocket burning up as we enter back. And yeah, we are pretty much lost. So Karnasa, I think the common line is the point where particles from the atmosphere are barely detectable. Did you see SN11? Yes, I did see. Well, no. Did anyone see SN11? I don't think anyone did they? The fog was ridiculous. But yeah, no. Can we get an F in chat for SN11? Because it was very sad. A a explosion before it even landed. Yes, it landed, but it landed in multiple pieces. I did watch that this morning, or I think it might, yeah, it was this morning. And it was a bit of a shame, the fact that we couldn't see anything at all. Would have been nice to see that explosion, but oh well, oh well. So there we go. We have completed our command line contract. That's awesome. We're going to go back to the Space Center and get on with the next thing, which I believe will be it will be 3,000 kilometers downrange. That will be coming up very, very shortly. Where did you find the waterfall configs for RO? So Andrew, someone posted them on my Discord. So there is a link to the Discord in the description of this video. Someone did post where to find waterfall, or they posted the RO configs for waterfall. And whilst I was waiting for this stream to set up, I had to play around with the F1 engine on waterfall, and my god, the sound. It sounds amazing. It is honestly one of the best things that I've ever heard. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. It sounds great. So anyway, we've got our downrange milestone, 3,000 kilometers. So I am going to pick that up straight away because we get a nice bit of an advance for that. And we could also do a suborbital trajectory and return uncrewed, which would be good if we decided to maybe get a film capsule or something like that. But we would have to design a new rocket that is capable of doing that. A rocket that probably will rely on the A4 or the RD100 series. I feel like I'll go for the RD100 series. I think that's probably the best way to go. So I'd say it was the second Raptor. Raptor SN52 had problems and a little fire at second already. It might have exploded at relight. So I noticed when they did try and relight the engines, I think from what we could see before the cameras all cut out, I think only one of them did manage to relight. So yeah, that wasn't, obviously it didn't look very good. So yeah, no, we're going to pick up this as well. And we're going to build a rocket that will hopefully do that first. And then we'll have a look at getting downrange. And in order to get downrange, as I did with my 3,000 kilometers tutorial not that long ago, what we want to do is we want to pick up this. So we'll research that. We want to get post-war material science. We'll research that. And what else do we want? We probably want to go along for procedural avionics soon. So I'll grab some of those. And we could get those for separation motors, maybe. Or do we want to do supersonic plane development so we can maybe have a look at doing X-planes? I'm not very good at X-planes, never done them, so probably not the way that I want to go. Although it might be interesting to see me trying to do something along those lines on stream, so we could maybe have a look at getting some of these as well. Ooh, we've got a lot more engines, that's pretty cool. But I might be more interested in, say, picking up early rocketry. This is probably more where I want to go. There we go. This is great. This is all of the technology that we want. Oh, they've changed the logos for all of the upgrades. Oh, this is interesting. This is brand new. Okay, cool. It's been a while since I've seen all of this. So I think, yeah, I think I'm going to leave my science for now, and I'll decide what I want for that later on. But what we can do, now that we've got a lot of points, well, I am going to maybe buy... Say, oh, that might have been a bit too many. I'm going to have to buy some engines. Oh, I could have screwed myself over before I even started. That would be embarrassing, right? So we're going to put maybe 2 points into R&D. We'll put 3 points into R&D, and we'll put 1 point into there. There we go. We've still got 50,000. I feel like that should be enough. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I could have just accidentally shot myself in the foot then. Kanasa, please do explains this time. I might do explains by Mandarin. I might do. We'll have a look at picking that up. So I was very sorry to hear about the loss of your graphics card. I hope that you managed to sort that soon, although I know graphics cards at the moment are pretty hard to get hold of. Me and Alistair have been looking at building Alistair a PC, and... yeah, graphics cards are just non-existent at the moment. There is issues. Some bugs had been detected by players, I know. I've got those upgrade icons as well, and I'm in 1.8.1. Yeah, that's probably from one of the newer versions of RO or RP-1. I've never seen those before, and yeah, it's something very, very new that I've not seen before, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so... we've got either 3,000 kilometers downrange, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do 3,000 kilometers downrange with the technology that I have at the moment. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and reach suborbital and return. So if I get rid of this, and we'll just get rid of absolutely everything. Maybe we'll keep the sounding rocket telemetry unit. And we've got temperature and, thermometer and a barometer in there, I believe. Yes, we do. That's great. That's what we do want. So there are now ESA engines in RO engines, are there? So we've got an XLR11. I'm just going to have a look through what we've got here. XLR41, that's new. But I think I do want to go for the RD100 because I like the upgrade chain for that. I know it's the Russian version, but I do quite like the upgrade chain that you get for that. So yes, we're just going to do this. This is going to be our second rocket that we launch, or our third rocket, technically. No, we're not going to do that. But I will use the RD101 for the downrange kilometer contract. So I feel like going for the RD100 is probably the smart move for now. So what do we need? We need to return safely from a suborbital hop. And I think in order, well, what we want to do is we probably want to put a biological capsule on here. Maybe something like this. And we'll attach a nose cone on top of this. And wait, what am I going to do? We're gonna put a ring decoupler maybe there. And if we set that to diameter of 4. Oh, I've messed up the diameters here because I set this to be 3 originally. So let's put that like that, and we'll make this a diameter of 3. Oh no, that's not going to look good either. No, I will place that there. We'll make that a diameter of 4. That's a bit of a shame. I could put it under a payload fairing, but I'm not really sure if I want to do that. So we're going to do the biological sample. We want to send this to space, and we are, of course, going to want to have some parachutes because we want to return this safely. So I think usually what I do for something like this is I will place a parachute there underneath this like this, and I've messed all of this up. I've completely messed this up. So if we go for a parachute there, and what we'll do is, oh no, MechJeb, you can go away please. We'll get our actions up and we will resize this first. So we'll go for a previous size. There we go, that's nice and small now. So Canassa, clip parts a bit to make it look better. I think I probably will. I think I'll probably move the telemetry unit inside the biological sample capsule or something momentarily. But for now, we're just gonna keep this like this. Okay, so parachute radial. Yes, I'm sure that the settings we'll input craft. No, we'll use current craft mass, and we'll go for that. And yeah, those settings will look good. There we go. We barely need anything. That's great. And I've just moved that. I thought I clicked offset, and we'll move that in there like that. And I'll make sure that that is hopefully going to be able to deploy our parachute. There we go. Cool. Nice. And we have a parachute on top of our biological capsule. And we'll place that underneath, and then we'll make our rocket underneath this. We will move this up through like this so that it does look a little bit nicer, and we'll just keep this capsule there, and then we'll place a nose cone on top. And I would really like this to be kind of more central so I can look around it. I've really messed this up. Oh no, I did the wrong thing. Oh dear, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh well, that can be fixed relatively easily. Let's move this entire thing across now, and then we can have a look at it and see what we're going to do. So Milkman is here. Hello, Milkman. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Ruh? That's pretty sus. That is very sus. MechJeb is very offended. Did I offend MechJeb? I probably did. Oh, well. MechJeb can take the offense. It's fine. So I'm going to grab maybe a conventional structure, and I'll just make this exactly the same as I had before. So the top of this, that's a fillet cylinder, not a smooth cone. Smooth cone, the top, we're going to make that 1. We're going to make it peaked, because that's what I like to use. We'll make the bottom 3, and it will look a little bit strange, but it could be worse. And we'll keep that. Actually, no, I'll make that high pressure, and then potentially we can use this as a payload rocket. A sounding payload rocket, because if we open up the tank UI, what we can see, if we go down here, we can add sounding payload to these high pressure tanks, which is going to be, it's going to be useful, potentially, maybe. We'll see how that goes. So now what we want to do is, I want this to be an unguided rocket, because we don't need a guided rocket for these contracts. So all I'm going to do is get this, make this a smooth cone. We'll make the top to be 4, because that's what it is at the moment, and we'll make the bottom 1.5, because I'm going to use this 1.5 tank for my future sounding rocket, for my 3,000 kilometers downrange. What am I talking about? 3,000 kilometers downrange, we will be using something that looks like this. So I want 1.5 tooled, because I know I will be using that for quite a while in this series. I do imagine anyway. Also, and look at this, this looks absolutely ridiculous, but well, it's what we're going with. It's what we're going with. And I think maybe we'll just get a conventional structure, one of these. We'll make this at a diameter of 1.5 meters and make this long. It's going to be a long boy. It's going to be very, very long, and we'll place the RD100 on the bottom. There we go, and that should hopefully be us done as soon as we fill it up with fuel. So Amogus is there among us in the chat? Is someone being particularly sus? Who's being sus in chat? Who is being sus? Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to fill this up with as much fuel as this can burn. And that is now a burn time of 97 seconds. If we look at this, this only has a rated burn time of 70 seconds. So we need to make this a little bit smaller. A lot smaller, apparently. Is that really all we can do? 3,000 meters per second of delta V. Oof, that's not a lot. I'm not even sure if this is going to make it into orbit. Well, not into orbit. It's definitely not going to make it to orbit. I'm not sure if this will make it up to space. That's going to be interesting. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to make some wings on this. And we will make these smaller. Oh, it's so nice. The fact that this is such a small part game. This moves, the vehicle assembly building, everything moves so quickly. It's glorious. It's really, really, really nice. So we'll go for something like this. There we go. That looks okay. Make sure that our aerodynamic Wait, what is going on here? That doesn't look right. That does not look right in the slightest. I feel like that is very, very, very wrong. Very wrong, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. So Alicea, like something a dying bird would make. Oh dear. Once you spark the flame, of course, it'd be hard to turn it off. Kanasa, how mold wings? So the way that you mold the wings right now, so if I hit G on this, if I hit G on my keyboard and have my mouse hovered over it, I don't need to click or anything, and then I can just move these like this, and that's how you do that. If you hit T, it will change the tips like this, and you can widen them, and then you can make them longer and do stuff like that, and that's very nice. And then if you hit B, then you can do the same for the root of the wing, and you can, do all stuff like this. And it was N9 that told me about this, so I am very thankful to N9 because it really, really helps. It really, really, really helps. So there we go. We've got a very, very, very simple rocket. I don't know if this is going to be stable, though. I'm a bit concerned at how small this is and that we're burning this for its full amount of time. Ground lit only, yeah, that's fine. 74 seconds. We're over burning this even. This looks really, really bizarre, really stumpy looking thing. Hopefully this will be able to get us to orbit. Not orbit, I'm not even attempting to go for orbit yet. I am going for, I think I'll use just the generic launch clams. I'm going for, what am I going for? I've forgotten. I have forgotten. I'm going for just a suborbital hop. Yes, we want to get suborbital, so we'll do something like this. I think I am going to simulate this, because I feel like simulating this will be important. Important even! Extra thick! Indeed it is an extra thick boy. It's not very long, and it's just very, very thick. Very, very thick. But I haven't changed these to high pressure or anything, have I? No, I have not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are going to change this to thick boy. Thick boy, there we go. Thick N boy, thick boy. And we'll save that up, and we will simulate this because I want to check and actually see if this does make it to low Earth orbit. That would be a crucial step for this rocket, this very, very, very simple payload rocket. Simple biological return rocket. Cool, my words. I'm not very good with my words at the moment. So enable part failures. No, we won't, because I want to make sure that this works without failures. So Conasa, how do you get the RO config for modular launch pads? Once again, I believe that is on my Discord. There is a link to that on my Discord. I think if you download the master of modular launch pads, that you can find that on there as well, but I might be wrong. Make it thick, Mogus. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to... This thing looks ridiculous. I'm not going to paint this in at the moment. What we will do is we will recolor this once we can kind of prove that this works. There we go. We've got simulation in big letters up there. Cool. Anyway, so on 3, 2, and 1, we will fire up that RD-100, and then we will launch. And listen to how good that rocket engine sounds. It's glorious. It sounds so much better than standard engine sounds, and it does look like we are tipping ever so slightly, so I think my wings... Yes, my center of mass, yeah, this is less than ideal. Okay, so that doesn't work, and this is why we test. So we're going to revert to the vehicle assembly building, and hopefully my center of lift overlay will be corrected now that I have actually tested it. Well, that was an explosion, but it was only a simulation, so it doesn't matter. Sims are great. We want to use them as much as we possibly can. So our center of there we go. Yes, look, it's really, really close. That was really tight. So we do want these to be maybe a bit further down here. I could spin stabilize this as well, but I feel like that's probably going to be a bit of overkill, so I won't do that. What we're going to do is we are going to get rid of that edge as well. Don't want an edgy rocket. No, we do not. And maybe we'll do... how am I going to get this to work how I want it to? We'll do that. And what does this look like when we empty out the fuel? Yeah, it does. Ah, see, now that's a problem. Our center of mass does go below our aerodynamic thingy, our blue ball, which is really, really not ideal. So I think if we kind of just cheat a little bit and have those hanging off the side, that might be a bit better. If we empty out all of those, yeah, there we go. That looks good. Do I spin stabilize this or do I not? I feel like I'm not going to. I feel like that's probably okay. Shouldn't need spin stabilization. The thrust on this rocket should be enough to keep us going. At least I'd like to think that. Maybe. I might be wrong. I very well could be wrong. So we're going to do that. We're going to save this up. I'm going to simulate this again, and hopefully this should work this time. Spin-ree! Oh, do we want to spin? Yes, do spin stabilization. I should have looked at chat before I launched this thing. Maybe if we see how badly this goes. I feel like the thrust of that RD100 engine should be enough to be able to keep my course steady. And that is all I really need. And spin stabilization, yeah, it's nice, but it also makes me very, very dizzy. It looks horrible. So we're going to fire this up again. Here we go. We'll hit that ignition. Oh, it sounds so good. The waterfall configs are great. And now, hopefully, we should be on our way to space. We hopefully should hit that all-important orbital line of 140 kilometers. Then what we're going to do is we are going to decouple this section here and try and return this safely to the ground. We are wobbling over a little bit, but because our center of lift is below our center of mass, we shouldn't really suffer any major issues. As long as we can steer, well, maintain our current course and make our way up to space, then everything should be good. I'm going to turn down this music ever so slightly because it's a little bit off-putting whilst we're launching. Bruh, that's a might sus rocket, my bro. It's very, very suspicious. It is very sus. I think this rocket is the imposter. It is definitely the imposter. We should eject it from the spaceship. We have to get rid of this. It has to go. Oh, there we go. We are... Oh, no. Right. So I feel... Yes. We only got to 67,000 meters. We're going to spin stabilize this. We are going to spin stabilize this because without it, this isn't working. So, Possesco, I have a fresh... Oh, that's probably not to me. Test light incoming. Test light incoming. Right. So, yeah. Spin stabilization for this. We'll do this. We'll get this and we'll go... Just... No, that was a bit too much. Come on. Ever so slightly moving the mouse. Come on. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. I feel like that's enough. It looks like we've got a bit of spin on that. Ever so slight amount. So, third time's the charm, eh? Let's simulate this again, and hopefully this is the one that works. Third time is the charm. So we'll simulate this. We don't want to start in orbit. Let's go. Thick boy heavy when... Yes, we will be getting the thick boy. We'll get the thick boy heavy variant where we get three of these. Well, two strapped to the core stage, and yeah, we'll launch that. Maybe soon. Maybe not right now, but we will have a thick boy. So, Canessa, I was thinking of restarting my RP-1 career since I have been learning it. And I think I understand it now. Do you think it's better to just restart with 1.10.1? Yes, I would. 1.10.1 is now the most up-to-date version of RP-1 that is available. I will have an install tutorial out for that tomorrow, I do believe, and hopefully that should help some people get into 1.10.1. There we go. We're going to try this for the third time with the spin stabilization. We don't seem to be spinning all that much, but we are getting a little bit of spin, so hopefully that should help us maintain our course. Who doesn't spin stabilize an unguided rocket? Sometimes you don't need to do it, and if you don't need to do it, well, it helps a little bit. But I got when I first started releasing Kerbal Gets Real, people were always like, "Why are you spin stabilizing these early sounding rockets? You don't need to do that." So that's kind of now got it into my mindset that I don't need to do it, but it does appear that we do need to spin stabilize this because this was wobbling all over the place. But we want to breach 140,000 meters. And I believe we should be able to do that with this. I don't spin stabilize. Yes, clean install. So Canassa, you can hold the left mouse button while rotating and move it further away from the center of the gizmo for more precise control. I did not know that you could do that. I'm going to have to try that at some point. There we go. We have made it into orbit. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that because I don't really want to spend the rest of this 948 meters per second, because then we're going to have a very, very, very hard time coming back down. But what I will do is we will time warp. I just want to make sure that this completely works. Or do I just go back and we launch this for real? I feel like this should be fine. I'm just a bit worried coming down nose down and coming down far too quickly for our parachute to actually stop us. That is a possibility. That is a possibility, and it would be very, very sad if that were to happen. So we are now in space. The simulation has proved that we can get to space. Silly car, NASA, that's not orbit. Yes, no, this is not orbit. So Carnassa, do you use graphics mods? Yes, I have got RSS and all of the kind of realism overhaul graphics mods for this save at the moment. And yeah, and I'm only playing 8K textures. I'm only playing 8K. I didn't go for 16K. The reason why I didn't go for 16K is because I wanted to stream this, and I feel like having smaller textures might be better for the streaming experience. Right, so we are going to... I'm going to change my staging around a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to arm that parachute, and then we... That's got a camera on it. Aim camera... Oh, aim the camera at that part. And we are going to do this, and then hopefully this should successfully return to Earth, and it looks like we are going to end up in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Oh dear, Carnassa, when imposter made it. Oh dear, who is the imposter in chat? I'm gonna add that to Carnassa says funny things. What did I say? What did I say? Did I say something ridiculous? Oh, boom, 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 boom. No, we're good, we're good. This is slowing down now. Yes, we're slowing down more than enough to be able to activate that parachute and bring ourselves down safely. So I would say that is a completely successful test. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the vehicle assembly building, build this up for real, and send it on its merry way to its demise. And it'll be the first time that we've launched something that we can recover. So we'll get a lot of science for this, which is going to be beautiful. But now that I know that this works, what are we going to color this in? So we had green and red already. What will be the color for the next one? Hi guys, hello new guy, welcome to the stream. Welcome to me returning to RP-1. Yes, the stream is full of people, yes. It's been the first time I've gone over 100 viewers at once for quite a while, so thank you everyone for coming by this stream of me doing RP-1 from the start again. So magenta orange. Hello Cosmo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are enjoying me struggling at the beginning of an RP-1 save. So purple, blue, I think Cosmo got in there very quickly with magenta and orange. So I feel like magenta and orange is going to be what we're going to go for. Maybe we'll make that orange. This isn't going to be serious, this series. It's not a serious series. No, it's definitely not. We're going to make things look completely hideous and... Yay! You what?
Orange and black for Halloween.
Orange and black for Halloween. Did someone say orange and black for Halloween?
Yeah. Can we do green and purple?
Can we do green and purple?
Please.
No, we've done green and red already.
Look.
I've done green and red already. I'm going to do orange and magenta, as that was Cosmo Crash's suggestion. So we are going to do that. How do I go about even making magenta? I don't know. Probably need a lot of red. If we get a bit of like that. Kind of like that. Oh my god, it's hideous. That is the most disgusting thing I think I've ever seen. Look at that. That's gross. that's disgusting. Do I think what? I would like, I'm trying to get magenta. I'd say that's more pink than purple.
Because that's the colour of the drink.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So we want to store this, and then I'm going to paint this in the same colour. So load colour. There. Oh god. Oh no. Why? Why Cosmo? Why? Purple tip. Magenta equals red and blue. Fabulous rocket. Indeed, it is a very fabulous rocket. Look at that. We're going to be sending this to space. This is going to be our first rocket that ever breaches 140 kilometers. Orange needs to be more fluorescent. Okay, so let's have a look. If we open up the recoloring GUI, can we make this a more disgusting version of orange? There we go. That looks a little bit more fluorescent. We can make it shiny as well. So we could make it sheen at the top there like that. There we go. Oh, what am I doing? Why is terrible color? Yeah, this is this thing. Wow. Why? Why exactly why? Black Arrow 2.0. Carnassa, more blue. More blue on this. More blue on this. Okay, let's have a look. Let's get a bit more blue in. So like that. more like that color? Kanasa, my eyes hurt. Yes, it's intentionally terrible. I am a horrible person. No, you're not. Get out of here with that. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, we'll go for this. That looks more magenta. So we're going to store that. We're going to load this. And I feel like this will be the only time we launch a rocket that is this color. Yes, we won't be launching many more like this. There we go. And I think, yeah, every time I get round to launching something, we'll ask the chat and see what they want. I can't believe you suggested this. Why? Just why? Well, maybe we'll have something nicer for the next rocket. We'll see. So, Karnas, magenta is 2550255. Really? So that is exactly like that. That's kind of like what it was before. I think, yeah, I'm just going to stick with that. So there we go. That's all done. What we want to do is we want to tool this. 8,000 funds. Ooh, they're getting expensive. They're getting very expensive. But what we'll do is we'll save this up. We're going to launch Thick Boy and we will buy all of the parts. There we go. And we should hopefully breach some contracts with this and get to space, which will be very, very, very nice. So I'm going to create a couple of these because I feel like for redundancy issues, that probably will be a smart idea. Crimes against cones calls. Crimes against cone cells. Indeed, indeed. This is a criminally coloured rocket. Thank you, Cosmo, for the suggestion for this colour. It is criminally coloured. it's really bad. Fun fact, the magenta 2550255 is sometimes used as the alpha mask because it's a colour no one would ever use. I can see why now. I can see why. So we can get rid of the Christmas sounding rocket booster because we don't need that anymore. So I can scrap that. Yes, and how long is our tech going to take? It's going to take 99 days to get this done. As soon as we got that done, so 180 days before we can start building our sounding rocket that will go 3,000 kilometers downrange anyway. I think what I will do is I will, yeah, get some of that, and we will maybe put another point into the vehicle assembly building. So we're currently going on a ratio of 1 to 2, so we've got 2 points in the VAB, 1 point in R&D. I feel like that's probably a good kind of early game RP-1 kind of ratio to go for. I feel like that is where we want to roughly be. That rocket is alpha channel, therefore non-existent. So when we launch this, we're not going to be able to see it. It will be invisible. It will be transparent against the back of the sky. So there we go. That's that done. How long is this vessel going to take? 77 days. So our rockets are taking quite a while to build now, but not to worry. We should hopefully be able to fulfill at least one contract with this, which is going to be very nice. So if we warp to complete, 77 days go by in the blink of an eye, and suddenly we are in the 5th of June. Suddenly we are on the 5th of June even. We're going to roll this out, and we're going to attempt to launch this. There we go. This monstrosity. this gross thing. 3 kilometers downrange. I know I said it yet again. I said that in the first 3,000 kilometers downrange video that I did. I messed up. I said 3 kilometers. That's quite easy to achieve. Yes, I know. I can't do English most of the time. My English is terrible. So Kanasa, your next rocket should be colored 0% red, 23.14% green, and 43.53 blue, aka TARDIS blue. I like that. I really like that. Yes. Oh my God, look at it. Why? Why? Why are we doing this? Why have we done this? So we want to start the biological sample. We want to make sure that everything else is running. Yes, everything should be running. And we are ready to launch this, although I do need to make sure that my staging is correct. What are the odds that we get a failure? I reckon we're going to have a failure on this at some point. This is going to be overburn anyway, but here we go. We're going to fire this up now. And there we go. We have liftoff with the RD-100 rocket. If we keep this up, we should hopefully be able to see that mean time between failure go down. So 160 seconds. And if that goes down, if that starts counting down really rapidly, that means we are going to receive a failure momentarily. But at the moment, everything is looking good. Nothing is going wrong. We've had a pretty successful launch so far. It deserves a RUD. It does indeed deserve a rapid, unplanned disassembly. But I feel like I will change the color of the next rocket. There we go, Cosmo. You've had your fun. We've got the magenta and orange rocket. It has gone towards space, but I feel like the next one that we will build, I'll build it in slightly more sensible colors. Because yeah, this thing this thing looks grim. Oh well, at least it's iconic. It's definitely iconic. It's something that's never been launched before. Imagine walking to work and you see a magenta cylinder flying up. Just like, honey, Honey, what is that? It does look gross, doesn't it? It looks really bad. So we, oh, no. Oh, I overburnt that. Oh, that was bad. We're gonna reach 300,000 kilometers. Hopefully we are gonna be able to return from this height. That, I should have cut the engine sooner. I wasn't looking. Whose ugly ass rocket is this? So not the hero type. This was a recommendation from Cosmonaut Crash. Yes, it's beautiful. What do you want about? It is beautiful. It is the thick boy. So, Kanasa, are the RP-1 tutorials on the RP-1 page any good? I've just started RP-1 and it's just taking a very, very long time to get started. I think, personally, when I've read through them, I think they cover everything pretty well. And especially these days, they do cover everything really well. The way I really learned RP-1, though, was by watching other people play it. I watched Nathan Kell and I watched Scott Manley. Scott Manley's videos are really outdated on RP-1 now, though. Really outdated. There we go! We've made it to space for the first time! We have made it to space, and we are going to be coming down rather quickly. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to activate our parachute. Well, we're going to arm our parachute even, and we will just get rid of this stage, and there we go. 293,000 meters we're going to go up, so hopefully we should be able to complete a few milestones. There we go. Look at our money going up. That's great. That's very, very, very good. We should hopefully... Do we get one at 250? No, we don't. But we're going to come down now, and we're going to have our first recovery of something from kind of in space, which is cool. So, yes, please. Sweet embrace of bright pink death. Indeed. It is like someone launched a giant spray can of paint. Indeed. Pixely goodness. So, yeah, I'm getting a few weird issues with the Earth at the moment. I don't know what the screen looks like. I probably need to change my encoder settings on what is it, OBS, in order to make this all work properly, because it's been a while since I've done anything like this. So we'll have to see. Is the stream looking really pixelated? Because I might need to update the encoder settings. So NASA, my orbital rockets usually take a very long time to build, around 200 days. How can I reduce that? That is kind of what you're looking to expect when you start building orbital rockets in RO. As far as I can remember. It's been a while since I've been at that stage myself, but I do remember it taking quite a considerable amount of time to build an orbital rocket, just because obviously it's the first time you're really using avionics, and using avionics to some extent, and it just takes a long time to do that. So, oh yes, so we're gonna talk encoder settings, weren't we? Encoder settings, they are the bane of my life. Going through and changing them constantly, it is so frustrating when everything just kind of falls apart. Oh, we're coming down very quickly. The G's are creeping up. Hopefully the parachute is going to survive. Look at that, we have managed to get through. Oh, that was a boom. That was an explosion. I never like hearing that sound, but there we go. 73 likes. Thank you, everyone. Or 76 likes. Wow, thank you, everyone, for liking this stream so far. I'm definitely going to be continuing on this RP-1 series, as this seems to be something people are very interested in. I watched your Kerbal Gets Real series and Say Monsters, a very British space program series. They gave me enough info to understand the basics, but it's just putting it into practice. Yeah, it's... like I said, I watched Nathan Kell and I watched Scott Manley when I first started learning how to do this, and they do help, but there's a lot of trial and error. You've got to really do it yourself, and kind of what. I'm
just saying that I agree, because
you
I
agree.
watch videos and sometimes they're like, okay, so this is how you build a rocket, and I start doing it and I'm like, what is that part? Why do you add that there? And then they just... Like, I think you have to have some background already to watch some videos. Yeah,
but no, it's a lot of trial and error. You will eventually get it, and it's playing around with stuff until you get the kind of gist. So, final answer, yes. I love series like this where we're not serious and just having fun while trying to accomplish milestones. That's essentially what these live stream series is going to be about. It's just going to be, I decided I wanted to do early game RP-1 again. It's been a really long time since I've done it, and I thought, what better way just to do it on live streams and just have a little bit of a mess around whilst I do that. And of course we are still 500 meters up, but we will have safely recovered this. Our first biological sample, and hopefully we should get a fair whack of science from that. I'm hoping. Maybe. We'll see when we get it back down. Maybe not enough to go orbital yet, but we'll be getting there. It's an N9 type series. Well, N9, okay. N9 does ridiculously crazy stuff. N9 shenanigans. N9, like, can we just put it out there for N9 shenanigans? Like, the space boat, the outhouse, everything. Oh, dear. Oh, no. What is happening? Well, we're going for a swim. Hopefully we don't get too deep that the atmospheric, that the pressure of the ocean causes us to die. This is very curious. Carnasso orbital today. That would be very cool if we did manage to get orbital. There we go. We have safely touched down in the ocean. Interesting. Very curious. So we should be able to just recover this. And there we go. Cool. Hopefully should get a whole load of science. But yes, no, orbital today. That would be nice if I could make it orbital by the end of this stream. I've got about 3 hours left of this stream or so that I will be doing. I would like to get orbital. We'll see if I can make that though. If I can't, I'm almost certain it will be on the next stream that I do, which will be, I think I'll do the next one of these on Thursday. I know I can't stream tomorrow due to the fact that I am meeting up with some friends, which is why I'm getting my install video out for tomorrow. There we go. Look at that. We've got loads of science. 30 science. That's whoa. That's huge amount. That's a stupid amount of science. We can get loads with that. Oh, what to buy? I think we'll go, I definitely want early rocketry. And we do want, probably, we want that. That's a very crucial science node to pick up. Avionics prototypes will be important. Early science will be very important as well. Oh, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I don't know what to pick. What do we go for? Do I go for avionics? And yeah, so I can get avionics prototypes. Cool. And then I can also get basic rocketry. I think I'll go for that. And we'll also go for... This satellite era material science is going to be crucial. And these will be good for... I think I'll go for satellite era material science. Then we'll get the early solid rocket engines. And then we'll get the first supersonic plane development as well. And that should be good for us for now. 30 science was a huge amount. I can't believe I got that much. So, Kanasa, could you list what basic milestones I should pursue playing RP-1? Because every time I play it, I feel lost about what to do. RP-1 is quite good at telling you what you should be doing. So, that's exactly what the contracts are for. So, I've obviously just completed the first kind of like suborbital hop. And then we go into here and we can see what we've got. So, I'll get a low space film return, maybe, for my next one. Or low space biological experimentation. Excuse me. Reach an altitude of at least 100 kilometers, 35 units. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. So that's something that I'm going to pick, and that will get us a fair bit of money. So that will be probably the next one that I launch whilst we are waiting. And I think this thick boy that we've got going will be okay to do that. Oh, we get an upgrade point as well. Oh, where do I put the upgrade point? I think I'll put it into research and development. So Kanasa, X-Planes, I might look into doing X-Planes. I could look into doing X-Planes right now. Do you want to see if we can design an X-Plane? Because I've really got no idea how they kind of work. I'm not very good at doing them. I'm really not very good at doing them. So I'm not sure if I want to do them. I'm going to duplicate Thick Boy again, just in case this one doesn't work. And yeah, when's our next tech going to come in? In 17 days. Very nice. And then the next one will come in 87 days. And once that's done, we can go downrange, which will be very, very, very cool. So yeah, we'll be able to get our downrange rocket done very, very, very shortly. But I think in order to get... Oh, we could even buy some more upgrades. Damn, we're flying through money. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some more upgrades. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to probably do that. We'll place... Yeah, we'll go another one in science, and then we'll place some more in the VAB. It's great. So Kanasa, let's learn X-Planes together. Maybe we will learn X-Planes together. That'll be something good. But first things first, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to develop a sounding rocket that will be able to do the film capsule as well. And I feel like to do the film capsule is going to be very, very, very similar to the biological sample capsule that I've got. My God, that thing is hideous. that is completely gross. I'm gonna recolor this now. I think I'm just gonna go for white for now. We will change this to white, and then maybe we'll go orange and black. I think someone said orange and black for a Halloween theme, so maybe we can do that. So Ganasa, you can get the supersonic crude contract without any text if you just use a conventional rocket. The Kerbals might faint, but that's fine. Yeah, I know you can do this. So basically what we could do is we could take this off and then place that on there. And that does work. That does actually work. But I'm not sure if I want to go along that route. This is supposed to be semi-realistic. So we'll see. We'll see. Almost at 100 likes. Thank you. We just passed 101 likes according to my screen. Thank you for liking this stream and seeing me doing some terrible things. So I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, because we don't really need that. And I think I do want to keep this unguided for now. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of the biological thingy-majig. And we'll go for science. We'll go for the early film camera. Now, this is a lot bigger. So what I might do is I might make something like this. If I go for a peaked cone and I make the bottom to be about the same diameter as this film camera, then what we can do, or even smaller than that, is it smaller than that? Oh, wait, wow, it might be. Yeah, it looks like the bottom's going to be 1.2. So we go for something like this. We'll get a payload there. We'll get a ring decoupler, place that underneath like this. Go for something like, whoa, that's way too big. We'll go for 1.2, I believe it was. And then underneath that, if we grab this, oh no, I've done that completely. Oh no, I've really messed this up. So like 16 gig is almost needed. It's a heavy RAM pack, unfortunately. So hang on, wait. So why when I use RSS-RO my game crashes? Because of high RAM. How do I make my RAM usage lower than from RSS-RO? Download, so the best way to go about doing that is to use lower quality texture packs such as the 2K ones. Those will always help with stuff like that. I've got to tool up this new diameter of tank because I was very silly and didn't really think about this to begin with. That was very, very stupid of me. Oops. Oh well, that's my bad. And yeah, no, kind of like, yeah, texture packs, you want to use lower texture packs. Try and use as fewer pack mods as possible as well. Like, don't go overboard, don't go crazy on the different parts that you are going to use. And yeah, that's basically the only way that you can go about doing it, unfortunately. It is, as So Not The Hero Type said, very, very, very RAM intensive. So we're going to grab that there like that. I'm going to get rid of all of this junk, don't need that anymore. We'll get the parachute there. Yeah, hang on. Wait, no, I don't have a parachute on here. Oh, that would have been a mistake. We do want a parachute on here. And what we'll do is we'll do that. And we will get that here like so. Place that roughly in the middle. Maybe there. No, that's not roughly in the middle. That's roughly in the middle. And we do want to make sure that this parachute is set up so that it does work. Okay, so let's just apply settings, and that's going to be a slightly bigger parachute. That's fine. I was expecting that. We're going to close this up and go back to building. So, Kanasa, how do you make parts float? How do I make parts float? What do you mean by that? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. I'm not sure if I have made any parts float at the moment. Excuse me. So 3,500 meters per second delta V, that's fine. That's a very, very promising amount of delta V. And yeah, what we can do for this procedural tank is we can open, not the recoloring GUI, but we can show the tank UI and we can fill this up with sounding payload. And I think what I'll do is I'll put 50, I'll put 400 in here for now, because that's going to be more than we're ever going to need. And why can't I forbid that? I want to forbid that because I don't want that ever filling up. So if I get rid of the recoloring GUI, why can't I forbid that? Usually you can... Oh, maybe it won't fill up. Maybe it will never... I don't know why that's happened. I really don't know why that's happened. So, Kanasa, can you make the nose cone 12.5? It's infuriating me. What do you mean? 12.5? What, so 12.5 like that? Or 12.5 like that? Like that. Ah, yes, that fits on perfectly. Okay, I didn't realize that. And so this should be 12.5 as well. And yeah, there we go. I've messed this up. So if we go 12.5 on that too, and then there we go. It's all in a line, and then this is slightly bigger, but that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. How long are we burning this for? 64 seconds, so we can get a little bit more length out of this. 72 seconds. I feel like that's enough. 70 seconds is the rated burn time on this first stage, so that's cool. So what we're going to do is this is going to be... This isn't the thick boy now. This is the long boy. Long boy. We got the long boy. Are you okay? You ruined your pen. So we've got the long boy. The long boy is going to be our mission that sends up the camera, and the thick boy is going to be the mission that sends up our biological sample. So the camera is 1.25. You'd know that if you watched my How to RP-1 video. It's been a while since I've done RP-1, okay? It's been a while. Someone disliked the stream. Who on earth did that? I don't care for dislikes. It's okay. Although, I always say that. I'm like, oh no, someone disliked my stream. No, somebody doesn't like me. It's okay though, right? So yeah, there we go. We got 2,900 meters per second of delta V with this. That is fine, and we can attach loads of sounding payload into this. To be honest, we can get 434 in that from the off, and that should still be enough to get us to a height that we need to do. So that should be good. So what I want to do is I want to save up Longboy, and I'm kind of regretting taking the downrange contract now, because I could have done something a little bit better, and I could have had multiple contracts going on at the same time. But yeah, we'll save that up. What we'll do is we'll tool this, and this is going to be expensive. 9,000 funds. Ouch. I'm really not being very efficient with this playthrough whatsoever. Yeah, but there we go. This should also... I think I want to simulate this as well, because these are expensive, and I don't want to be running out of money. So yeah, we'll simulate this and see how this flies. Okay, but yeah, what I could have done is I probably could have upgraded mission control to be a bit better, and then that way I could have started getting more contracts out. As it stands, I can only get 2 contracts at once, which isn't really ideal. Are you ever gonna add real exoplanets to the next millennia? Probably not, because real exoplanets does havoc with scatterer, and to be honest, the next millennia I'm still using conventional rocket systems rather than anything that is kind of developed for interplanetary travel, which means that really using real exoplanets isn't... I'm never going to go visit them. I'll never ever see them in the next millennia. I'm just going to simulate this quickly, just make sure this flies properly. I do love how waterfall makes the engine sound. What really is the sounding payload, and what is its objective? That sounding payload is, of course, a nuclear warhead on the end of this. No, it's basically kind of... I don't actually know what the sounding payload is. I'm not even sure if it's described on the RO wiki or anything like that. It's probably just kind of like instruments for the rocket and just payload that you want to see where you can get. So, alright y'all, we're going to take a kiddo to the park. Have a good stream, Carnassa. Thank you, Cosmo. Thank you for coming along for the first part of this stream anyway. See you all later. Yes, no, thank you. And of course, if you don't know about Cosmo, definitely go check out his YouTube channel. Longest running RP0 series ever. It's fantastic. And he streams on Twitch every Sunday as well, so definitely get along and get along to one of those, because it's fantastic stuff, and he's been doing it for so long, and it is very, very cool. So, I mean, your satellites could reach the exoplanets in the year 2500 or something like that. Yes, it would take a really long time. There we go. We can get up to at least 260,000. So we know that this works. So that's fine. We're going to revert to the vehicle assembly building and make sure that we have a few of these queued up to start launching them into space. We're going to send these boys spaceward, and we're hopefully going to get a lot out of them. So we'll save that up and tool that up. Did I tool that up already? I did. That was really silly. Don't do as I do. So if you want to kind of tool a rocket, make sure that you test it first. Test it first before you tool it, because tooling is very expensive, and if you don't test it, well then you're gonna have a very bad time. So we'll save this, and we'll add a Longboy to the list. So we'll unlock the part. There we go. And what is my contracts at the moment? So have a quick look. Downrange, yes, that's fine. Low space biological experiment. We need a sounding payload of at least 35 units. Okay, so we need to edit the biological experiment and add some sounding payload on. So I'm going to save that. We're going to leave, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the one that we're building already, and we're going to edit that and try and make sure that we can achieve that contract with what we've got. So the sounding payload are poor rhesus monkeys. Those poor rhesus monkeys, why are we sticking those on top of these rockets? And oh, we're a terrible space agency, a terrible space agency. So we're going to scrap that, the thick boy that we've got being produced, and we're going to come into here, we're going to edit this and try and add a bit of sounding payload onto this so that when we launch this, we are capable of getting, well, fulfilling the contract that we have. Test it, don't regret it. Indeed, that is a... Oh, God. Every time I open this, what we'll do is we'll change this to black, I think, and then we'll have this black and orange, so it's our Halloween-themed rocket, as someone did ask earlier on. So, yeah, we want that black, and then we're going to open this up, and we'll change that to orange. There we go, looking fabulous. looking very, very, very nice indeed. So what I want to do with this is I want to, if I get my tank UI up, come in here and add some sounding payload. We can only add 13 at the moment, so we need 35 for this rocket. So that's a little bit unfortunate. So what I could potentially do is remove all tanks in here. We'll come into tank UI and we'll add, but it's only, we need high pressure in order to get this sounding payload. So we'll add maybe 200 to that. 200 more to that, or 250 to that. There we go. That's a bit of a shame because these RD100 engines do not require a high pressure tank. They are not pressure fed, so they can just get away with the standard separate structured steel tanks. High pressure tanks weigh considerably more than their high pressure counterparts. So this is going to be a lot heavier. This is going to be a lot heavier, but it does still look like we are going to get quite a bit of delta V out of this, which is fine. So we're going to fill the rest of that up with the fuel. Yeah, we've still got 3,412 meters per second, and we do now have enough on here that we can fulfill the contract. And most of our sounding payload is carried in there, which means our parachute isn't really going to have to do much extra work to get us down. That's okay. And another thing that we could do as well, and I've forgotten that I used to do this with RP-1, is if we grab this and rotate the whole thing ever so slightly and maybe go that way, we should get some science over a different biome, which will be very nice. Because I believe if you point your rocket this way, you start heading out towards the forests, which is obviously a new biome that we can go explore and get more science from. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to save this up. And yeah, we will save the edits. Very nice. And that should be that contract all done. And once we've launched this, hopefully our technology should start coming in that we can start thinking about working on our downrange contract rocket, which will be great. So there we go. In 64 days, we want the thick boy to be done first, actually. And I can't really warrant spending any more points on upgrades, which is a bit of a shame, but that's okay. So tech's going to come in, and yeah, then we'll get this thick boy done. So let's warp to complete. Do you keep the streams up on YouTube, or do you delete them? The streams do remain on YouTube. No, they will stay up forever. There are plenty of previous streams on my channel, so yeah, no, I allow YouTube to upload the VOD. I can't read far at all. I have no idea what they mean. What does what mean? But for sounding payload, I think So Not the Hero Type has it covered. Ricky Oswald, thank you. No, that was not at me. But here we go. There we go. We've got post-war rocketry testing. That's going to be a very nice upgrade, and that means we can get the RD-101, which is great. That's going to be very useful for our 3,000 kilometers downrange. Thick boy, we'll get that out and we'll launch this. Hopefully that means we can achieve one of those contracts. Hello, Carnassa, I'm back. Hello, Roach, is that how you pronounce it? Welcome back, Pesky Bird. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to me starting RP1 all over again. We're almost at the end of the first year. Wow, this has really flown by this year. Can we get a 3,000 kilometers downrange by the end of the year? It's going to be interesting. We've got 30 days. 30 days until we unlock post-war materials science, which is all I need to do my downrange sounding rocket. So that is looking good. So we're going to launch Thick Boy. And before we launch Thick Boy, I am going to duplicate that because just in case I need to launch that again. And we're going to launch this, and hopefully this will complete that contract for us. Space Ages KSP, hi guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the stream. We are still just launching sounding rockets for the moment. Of course, it is the sounding rocket grind. That is the name of the game at the moment, and it is a long game, and it takes a while to get through this stage of the game, but as soon as you've done this, well, everything gets very exciting indeed. So my staging on this is all messed up. Fantastic. We want to get rid of that, and I just want to make sure that everything, all of my science, should be running. Why can't I click on that? There we go. Yep, everything is running. That's fantastic. So once again, it's a sounding rocket launch. It is what the thought that I've done in this stream. So we're going to fire this up, and we are going to send this on its way, hopefully up to space, hopefully up to orbit, and then we should hopefully be able to recover this rocket. Hopefully. Spin stabilization is working. Very, very, very good. Sorry about the plug, LMFAO. It's how to RP1 playlist. So I did an entire early explain, and I do all the sounding rocket starting stuff. So I think, yeah, I need to watch X-Plane videos. I've never done X-Planes, and I might try and do that on this stream. I might have a look once I've done the 3,000 kilometers downrange, what I will do is I'll go and have a look and see if we can start messing around with X-planes potentially, because I've never done it and it would be something interesting to do. Therefore, they're not rhesus monkeys. I found on the internet that the sounding payload is composed of scientific, engineering, and flight instruments. Ah, so they are not monkeys. We are not launching monkeys to orbit. We will be, whoa, I think what we're launching at the moment, this biological sample, that is going to be like fruit flies and stuff like that, but once you get the advanced biological sample, I believe that's more kind of like what Leica was, like a dog or something like that. So we're going 180,000 meters. I'm going to cut the engine there. We've still got 539 meters per second of delta V remaining, but that will be enough. We have gone to 180,000 meters, and that's all we need to go. I do need to make sure that I don't separate before we reach 100 kilometers, though, because half of our sounding payload is in here, and we do need that in order to fulfill this contract. Not Leica, not Leica. No, we're not launching Leica at the moment, but I think, yeah, the advanced biological capsule is kind of like dog launches, as far as I'm aware. 5 dislikes. 5 dislikes probably came from me saying about dislikes earlier on. I think someone did dislike the stream, and then suddenly a whole load more came in. Yes, because who could dislike RP-1, early game RP-1? No, that would be, that's unheard of. Okay, so I want to make sure that we fulfilled the contract. Yes. Oh no, that's 3,000 kilometers downrange. I don't really need to look at that one. There we go. Now we just need to return home safely. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is we are going to change our staging. I really need to sort this out in the actual vehicle assembly building. We'll arm the parachute, and then we'll yeet ourselves away from our first stage and just time warp ahead. And yeah, just watch this slowly make its way down to the ground. So Carnassa, don't add unnecessary fuel. Think of the space dolphins. The poor space dolphins, whatever they, yes. No, unfortunately, I'm not really thinking an awful lot about the space dolphins, it would appear at the moment. I feel terrible. I feel terribly bad. I should really be thinking about their welfare, but no, I just don't have any heart in me at the moment. So, but I got to get back to work. So have fun, Space Cadets. Enjoy. Thank you for stopping by for a bit anyway, so not the hero type. And yes, if you haven't seen him in the chat, obviously he has his How to RP-1 series. I'd highly recommend going and checking that out. He has his own RP-1 career as well. The New Horizons Space Center, not the New Horizons Space Agency, as I have in Not Coming Home in the next millennia. Yes. I did not copy that name at all. No, that was definitely an accident that we copied that. So when are you going to do RSS RO with Principia? Would be an extreme challenge. So I did talk about that earlier on in this stream, and I thought maybe this could be a stream where I did start doing Principia. However, as I've never touched it before, I kind of thought, well, that wouldn't be particularly interesting because I would have no idea what I am doing. But it is something that I do want to do eventually. So maybe if before I get Orbital in this series, I might download Principia, put it on this save, and see what I can do. Or I don't know, because I know I need to do it before I get Orbital, because you can't have anything in orbit once you put Principia on a save. But we'll see, we will see. But now it's just a long, slow descent down to the surface whilst we wait for this sounding rocket to get there. Why do I have the feeling you are more concerned about the cute space dolphins than these cursed-looking pale Kerb astronauts? There's those pale Kerb astronauts. Are they pale? I didn't see anything. I think Principia is fairly easy to use. It probably is, and I'd probably pick it up relatively. We're sinking again. Oh, I thought some music was going to drop then, but no. Why are we sinking? Why are we forever sinking? Hopefully we don't hit our part pressure limits, because that would be really bad. But unfortunately, this takes a while to get down. Hopefully we should. There we go. We've hit the ground. We're safely down. And we're rolling at 0.3 meters per second, which is a bit of a shame because that means we're not going to be able to recover this. I think we can recover it at 0.2, so we'll go for a normal recovery. We've completed the contract. That's all good. Fantastic. Density. Does anyone have the link for the waterfall Carnassa is using? So the waterfall RO configs, I know they are over on my Discord. Someone did post a link in the Next Millennia section of my Discord for the RO configs for waterfall if you don't know where to find them. I don't know exactly where I got them at the moment, but that's where I grabbed them for this install. And my God, waterfall, it's so beautiful. It sounds so good. It's so nice. So what we're going to do now is we will pick up the low space film return. That is the next one that we do want to do because we get a lot of money for that. And we have a rocket that we are currently building that is capable of being able to do that. And we should hopefully build that up relatively quickly. And what have we got? How much does this cost to upgrade? 25,000, and then we get an extra contract. I think I'm not going to go for that at the moment. No, I'm not, because I know that I'm going to be building my downrange rocket relatively soon. So if I go into, do I get another upgrade point? I do. Fantastic. So we're going to put that into the VAB. There we go. So if I look at the tech, in 31 days, I will be able to start working on my downrange contract. So yeah, I want to make sure that I can buy all of the parts that I need for that before starting up anything, before buying anything new. So we're going to warp that to complete, and we're going to work on our 3,000 kilometers downrange contract, which really shouldn't be all that difficult. There we go. That has been done. So let's get in the vehicle assembly building and work on this. Time warp. So Carnasa, since you're from the UK, you should be Car ESA instead of Car NASA. I've gone through the reason why I'm called Car NASA several times, and it's neither related to cars nor NASA. It's basically the character name that I had in World of Warcraft a really long time ago, and it's, yeah, just what I've been for quite a while. Right, so there we go. We're going to start a new spacecraft, and what we're going to do is we are going to build exactly what I did on my tutorial not that long ago. So I've done this so many times recently. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this. We are going to make this into a smooth cone. We're going to change it to peak 1, peak 2. We're going to make the top 0. We're going to make the bottom go down to 3. There we go. We'll make the length go to 1 meter. We're going to change that to separate aluminium high pressure. Yep, that's what we want. Then we're going to grab ourselves a sounding rocket telemetry unit. We'll place that there. Grab this. Alt click. Oh no, I can't alt click that because that is the root part. We're going to grab this, go underneath, do this, set the diameter to 3, make that a little bit longer, aluminium high pressure, grab the Aerobee even, place that underneath, go for engine, purchase XASR, there we go, fill this up with fuel. If I can find out where the fuel is, there we go, there it is, and we'll do that as well. And they should both be aluminium high pressure. Yes, fantastic. And that is only going to burn for 28 seconds at the moment. But if I take that off and put it back on, 36 seconds. And yeah, we're going to go for, I think this burns for 40 seconds. 40 seconds, yes. So if we go for, say, we'll overburn it slightly. We'll go for 2.5, and we'll go for a burn of 44 seconds. That should be okay. And I don't need fins on this because this will be separated at a stage where we don't need fins at all. So, thank you. Kanasa, is this going to be more of a tutorial series? So the reason why I'm playing this is I'm trying to refresh myself with everything that I need to know about RP-1 to do the tutorials that I want to release every Wednesday. So I've kind of thought now, I want to get the next Millennium videos. I want to get one of those out every weekend, and I want to do a tutorial video on a Wednesday. And I realized it's been a really long time since I played RP-1. So I thought, let's play RP-1 from the beginning again and see what I can remember and what I kind of need to learn myself again to basically teach people what to do. And that's the main reason why I'm doing this. So we need avionics for this now, which is obviously something that I didn't know about. Oh, and that screwed up my tutorial for the first time. That was really sad. There we go, but this is fine. So we are going to make this a cone, and we'll make the top go to 3. We'll make the bottom go to 1.5, and we'll make the length about that. Get some of these up. This needs to be about 18 tons, so we need to make the length a little bit more. So if we go for maybe 1.2, and we'll make the controllable mass 18.78 tons, and we'll reduce the length until we're pretty much exactly where we need to be. So here we go, 18.8, there we go, 99%, and that's all fine. That's good. How are you so good at KSP? Explain your ways, young one. I wouldn't say I'm very good at KSP. I'd say I'm all right. I wouldn't say that I'm fantastically good. I've just been playing RP-1 and RO quite a lot, and I've been playing it for, well, I think RO for the last year. But I picked up KSP. I first picked up KSP when it was in beta, I believe. yeah, it's been a while since I've had this, so we want to change this to aluminium because aluminium is considerably lighter than what we are using. We're going to place one of these RD101 series early on the bottom, and we're going to change that to an RD101, which only costs 5,000. Oh, that's really cheap. That's really not bad. Fill it up with ethanol and liquid oxygen, take that off and on and make sure that that is right. We've got 6,348 meters per second of delta V on this. Fantastic. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this until this burns for the recommended burn time, which is, if I have a look down here, 85 seconds. Now, I want to keep this exactly to the rated burn time because, yeah, this is going to be kind of crucial. And we are going to need to hot stage this, which is always fun. Yeah, if I consider time. So, hello, World Conqueror. Welcome to the stream. Hello, N9 is here. N9 has been in the stream a fair amount. I'm not sure if he is at the moment, though, but he has been... Oh, there we go. Waterfall, something to kill my frames even more. But it looks so good. It looks so good, N9. The waterfall, it's amazing. It looks so fantastic. I love Waterfall. I only used it for the first time today, but my God, I am so in love with that mod now. It looks and sounds fantastic. It is really great. I really, really, really like it. So, yeah, anyway, 3 kilometers downrange contract. That's what we're going to be working on right now. If we get this to about 490 like that, and we'll do something like this. Oh, it's so nice how smooth this is. Transforming these. I bet someone's going to ask again how you do this because everyone seems to ask how you do this as soon as I start doing this. But if you want to know, I learned from N9. N9 is the one that taught me how to do this. So thank you, N9, for this because this is really, really helpful. Hang on, let's get that in there like that, and we'll make that a little bit smaller. We'll do something like this. There we go. And we do want to spin stabilize this stage because we've got an unguided upper stage, so we do need to spin stabilize it. It's dark magic. It is dark magic. More Minecraft. Who's playing Minecraft? I could play Minecraft. I've not played Minecraft for a really long time. I would like to do it again though, and I'm thinking of maybe doing some Minecraft videos once 1.17 drops or something, because I do enjoy it, but my channel doesn't apparently, but I do like it, so I do want to do some more Minecraft at some point, because it is good fun. It is really good fun. All right, let's get rid of the tank UI. So where are you? Tank UI, show, hide, show, hide. There we go, cool. This is pretty much this done. Is there anything else I need to do? Center of lift is below the center of mass. That's always nice. Yeah, that's looking good. That's fine. Our controllable mass is good. We currently weigh 18 tons. That's okay. We're going to make this go down a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to attach a couple of these. If we place 2 of those and maybe place them on that side, that would be rather nice. There we go. And that's pretty much that all done. So, Lemeo Cosmonaut just left. So, Cosmo was here. So, yes, you do, Orban. Got to admit, these graphics are way better than these pitch black textures. Are you suffering from pitch black textures? I know that is a problem with procedural parts, but I think if you go into settings, there is the... Oh, I can't remember what it's called. But if you have any specular at all, it will make them black. So if we turn that off, it will no longer look black. However, if you turn on, I think, reflection refresh rate in settings, that will get rid of that bug and you should be good. Anyway, so this rocket isn't completely finished yet because what I need to do is I need to spin stabilize this because we do need a little bit of spin stabilization in order to... Oh, what do we need to do? We need spin stabilization because this stage is going to be unguided, so we want to ensure that we don't mess this up, right? So I think what I'm going to do, and I think, did someone say if you move it like really far out this way, you can really fine tune it, and I think that is correct. So we'll do a tiny little bit like that. That should hopefully be enough. And then what we want to do is we want to pitch this rocket over. And we want to pitch the entire rocket over, so I'm going to shift click this, and we're going to go something like that. And maybe a tad more, maybe about there. That looks fairly promising, and I'm going to open that up. We're going to sort the staging out. We want that to go before there because we do need to hot stage this. There we go. That's good. We'll save. Oh no, that's not an untitled spacecraft. This is going to be the... Oh, I don't know what to call this. This is the long-range down distance boy. What's this rocket for? This is going to be for 3,000 kilometers downrange. And this should hopefully work. So this is going to be the long-range distance boy. There we go. The next in the boys series of rockets. Yes, it's the long range, downrange distance, 3,000 kilometers. That should hopefully do us. We've got 6,528 meters per second of delta V, which is more than enough. We only need about 6,000. We've got the avionics on there, which we need, and we have everything. We have pretty much everything that we do need. If I go, we don't need any sounding payload. No, we just need to go for 3,000 kilometers downrange. Okay, so that's that all good. What we're going to do is we are going to simulate this, because this kind of requires a lot of practice, kind of requires a lot of testing to ensure that you have got that pitch exactly where you want it to be, that the spin rotation, the spin stabilization is exactly how strong you want it to be. There's a lot of different kind of tests that you need to place into this to ensure that this does work properly. Color it TARDIS blue. Yes, I will. I will color this TARDIS blue, actually. I really liked that suggestion before. When I get back to the vehicle assembly building after I've tested this in Crash, tell me what the color was, and then I will color that in like that. So without any further ado, what we're going to do is we are just going to fire this up, and we're going to turn SAS off because I don't need that, and we're going to launch this, and hopefully this should start spinning. This should start spinning. We should start spinning, and this is look, I'm not touching the keyboard at all. This should be completely without any input on my behalf. Although it does look like we are pitching over rather aggressively, which might not be okay. Although no, I think this should be a good pitch angle to get 3,000 kilometers downrange, I reckon. So if I get flight recorder up, we can see exactly how far downrange we've come. So we are now 3 kilometers. There we go. We've done the 3 kilometers downrange already. It's great. So Canassa, most of my RO parts, RO tanks and RO Solar, don't have any textures or hitboxes. I've tried to reinstall them both, but it happened on 2 different installs of RO. How do I fix? That sounds like you're running into an RO library problem. So there is another mod called RO library that you need for everything in RO to work. There is a master branch of that on GitHub. I'd maybe recommend going and getting that master branch and seeing if that is the problem. But yeah, that I have had something like that happen before, right? So we've got, I want to wait until this is about 1 second before hot staging this stage. Yeah, this is looking really promising, this kind of flight profile that we've got at the moment. I'm fairly sure this will hit 3,000 kilometers downrange. But I need to pay attention, because when this hits about 1 second, I need to make sure that I do stage. So 3, 2, 1, there we go. Fire that up and go. Come on, yes, we've made it. I hate hot staging with a passion. I really hate hot staging. It is the most stressful thing in this game. It is so stressful, like, come on, I need to do this, But yeah, no, we're on our way, and hopefully, I'm fairly sure this will make us 3,000 kilometers downrange. Will I post my mod list? I will post my mod list. I've not got it on the description of this video at the moment because I am doing an install video that will be released tomorrow. So that will come out soon. They won't overlap. What won't overlap? Kind of say, anyone ever stop and think about how much money they brought this game for? Yeah, I've got so many hours in this game, and I have more than made my fair use out of it. I think I bought this game in 2013. And yeah, just the amount of hours that I've got out of this, I have more than made my money back. So are we going to get 3,000 kilometers downrange? Yeah, we are. Look, we're 1,500 kilometers before even hitting our apogee. So yep, there we go. 3,000 kilometers. That is that contract all done. And that is how easy 3,000 kilometers downrange is. It's really not that difficult. Really not that difficult. So what we can do is we can revert this flight to the vehicle assembly, and we can get this all built up, and then that's a major milestone for this RP-1 career all done already. It's going to be great. It means we can move on to bigger and better things. So TARDIS blue, Dickus, who was in the chat, tell me, what is TARDIS blue? What is TARDIS blue? Because I would like this to be TARDIS blue. Maybe I'll color in this bit black paint. There we go. And I'll have this bit black as well. We can get all of this black paint out, and I think that will look very nice. And then we will paint the rest in TARDIS blue. So, all right, the color values are 0 and 21.3 and 43. Green. So let's have a look. Let's try and get that. That's going to be that's going to be really hard. So 0 red. 23.14. I don't know what that is out of 255, and then like 43.5. So it's probably somewhere around there. That looks very black to me at the moment, although we have got metallic on. I suppose that looks kind of TARDIS-y. Yeah, it's quite nice looking blue, to be honest. I think I'll go with that. That looks like that's about 25-ish, and that looks about 43%-ish, so I think that'll be fine. So vapor in fuel lines means you need to have slight acceleration ullage to get the liquid down near the fuel pumps. That's why kind of has a hot stage is. Yes, that is why I am hot staging this stage, because if I staged this and then fired up this engine, then we would get that vapor in the feed lines message, and we wouldn't be able to send this stage off, because we would slow down. Our rocket would slow down so much that I kind of think like, yeah, so the acceleration is stopped, so all of the fuel suddenly, which is being pressed into that direction, goes flying off into the other direction, and yeah, we wouldn't be able to light up this engine, which would be very, very bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to store that color. We're going to open up this, and we are going to load the color, and there we go. We've got a TARDIS blue rocket. It kind of looks a bit like a TARDIS, so that's okay. That's good. Very, very TARDIS. So we are going to be time and relative dimensions in space. We are, I kind of want to call this the Doctor Who rocket now. It's the Doctor, or the, no, it's just going to be called the Matt Smith. There we go. It is the Matt Smith. This is the Matt Smith. I need to get ConformalDecals and just download a picture of his face and whack it on the side of this. But in order to do that, I would need to turn off the game, restart it, and download an extra mod. So I'm not going to be doing that. But I feel like that would be quite funny. So the Matt Smith is ready to go. We need to tool this up. How much is this going to cost? It will cost us 8,000 funds. Ooh, these things are getting very expensive now. We're going to purchase all toolings though. And by the looks of things, we can maybe spend a few more upgrade points, which is going to be fabulous. Okay, so that's going to take 104 days. That's really not an awful amount of time. Did I add that to my build list? No, I did not. So I want to add that to my build list. How long? We'll unlock the one part. There we go. Added Matt Smith to build list. Fantastic. We're sending Doctor Who up to space. Yeah, TARDIS is 0591111. I should have probably looked at that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ranger 1. Call it do you? Oh, I was in line. Woo. Like, oh wow, that was a bit loud in the mic. Like the Doctor Who theme song. I use MechJeb for hot staging. I don't like using MechJeb for these early sounding rockets because I'm not sure if it does them particularly well. So we want to move Matt Smith up there. So we've got Longboy, which is going to fulfill our, I think our camera contract, I believe. And we've got 11 science points as well, so I should probably spend those. So yeah, low space film return. Altitude of, oh, we need to go down range. Ah, did I twist this? I don't think I did. So I'm going to make a quick edit to this and make sure that this is going to be able to fulfill the contract. It's a few custom flags. My first mod is a few custom flags. Cool, what flags are you adding to that mod? What flags are you going to be adding? That's kind of cool. So yeah, we have not turned this around. We've got a bit of spin stabilization going on here by the looks of things. So I'm going to need to do a quick test of this as well. So test it, don't regret it, I think, as So Not the Hero Type said earlier on. So we are going to test these quite a bit. We want this to go at least 100 kilometers and 200 kilometers down range. I feel like if we go for about maybe there, and you know what, I'm going to make it go this way. And then that way, we might even be able to land on land, which would be kind of nice. That does look like it's awfully skewed, though. I'm going to save this, and what we're going to do is we are going to simulate this. And hope this works. This is what you get in an early game RP-1. There's a lot of simulations to make sure that you have, well, that your rockets go exactly where you want them to. They are quick and easy to build, but there's kind of like a few like little finicky things that you need to do to make sure that they are all okay. So 20 minutes till 2 hours. It's about 50 minutes till 2 hours now, and that's how, yeah, and we should hopefully be able to get our downrange all done. So we're going to just fire this up, make sure that this does completely work. There we go, the RD-101 is ready to go, and we are on our way. Wait, no, it's just an RD-100, not even an RD-101. Here we go, on our way up to space. There we go, we're starting to spin, which should hopefully stabilize us. I'm fairly sure this trajectory that we are taking may be able to put us above 200 kilometers or 100 kilometers or whatever we need to do. Hopefully it will. I might be wrong. Very well could be wrong. Planetary photography, we'll start that when we get to space high because that's the best situation for us to be in. So Canessa, what button do you use to change the snap? It is C on the keyboard, and Shift C to make it smaller. And it is very, very useful to know that and use that, because it's, yeah, very, very, very important to be able to change your angle snap. So we need to get 100 kilometers up. Are we going to make that? We've not got an awful lot of fuel left. We've only got 16 seconds of burn, but I think we are more than going to make that. And I'm fairly sure we'll get more than 200 kilometers downrange with this rocket. There we go. We have gone past 100, but I kind of want to go to space with this thing, so I want to activate it in space, and we'll get a bit more science from this. So we'll let that go to, yeah, 179. Okay, cool. So we're just going to time warp ahead, make sure this all does completely work. So Canessa, what's your favorite plume from Waterfall? I don't actually know yet. I've only downloaded Waterfall for the first time today. This is kind of really, yeah, the first time that I have been using Waterfall. I did have to try out the F1 though as soon as I downloaded the mod, and my word, my word, that was beautiful. I loved it. It looked amazing. It looked so cool. So I'm very much looking forward to getting further into a career with Waterfall attached. So I think we've made it to space. This does work. Do I want to make sure that this gets down safely, or do I just go back to the space center? I think, yeah, I'm just going to go back to, I'm going to revert to the VAB, because I know that that works and that we can pretty much fulfill the contract. Actually, I didn't even check MechJeb flight guidance, and maybe we'll detach this whilst we're going this way. So if I go for flight recorder, how far down range? Yeah, we've got more than 200 kilometers downrange. That's fine. So we will go back to the vehicle assembly building, and we'll carry on. We'll crack on with making our way to our first ever orbit in an RP-1 career that I'm doing on a live stream. Oh, can I get to orbit by the end of this 4 hours? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. I hope I can, but I think where I am at the moment, I think that might be a bit unlikely. We'll see. We'll see. So we're going to save those edits. Well, I'm going to save that up, and we're going to save those edits because I know that that works. That's going to be the next rocket that we do launch. Should give us quite a reasonable bit of money when we get that done. So, yeah. Anyway, we wanted Longboy at the top of there, and we just want to warp to complete. You kidding me, Canassa? Are you going to use it for your KGR series, or are you going to keep Real Plume for this one? I think I might download Waterfall for the next millennia, because like I said, it looks so good and I want to use it a lot more. And with that series, I'm kind of further ahead, so it would be cool to be able to use that. 43,000 funds, so I can buy an upgrade point. Okay. Upgrade point available, and I think what I'm going to do, how much tech? What's my R&D? 5 science a year. Okay, so I think I might want to get, maybe put another upgrade into science. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the 1-to-2 ratio. So I'm going to go for 1 in there, and then maybe, oh, no, I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until we've done Longboy and Matt Smith before I buy any more upgrades. So let's warp to complete. Oh, it's October. Which means we don't have many days left. And I want to get this done by the end of the year. I'm going to rush build this slightly. I'm going to spend a bit of money on this. There we go. So now it's only going to take 68 days, which should... Yeah, so that's going to take October, November, and we'll have this to launch in... Yeah, December, so that'll be okay. Hopefully, hopefully that works. I do need to duplicate this, so I've got another one of these ready to go. And we will roll out Longboy, and we'll get ready to launch this and hopefully complete our next contract. The ignition sound of the F1 with Waterfall is amazing. It is indeed. When I tested that out earlier on today, I was almost blown away. Like, it was so incredible. It was so like... beefy and meaty and powerful, and then like the crackling of the plumes coming out of the F1 engine. Oh, it's glorious. It was fantastic. It was so good. Did anyone else see the new rocket exhaust for KSP 2? They look so good. I don't think I have seen anything. So EE Gaming, what have you missed? You've just missed the sounding rocket grind. That's basically all we've been doing, is the good old sounding rocket grind. It's a long process, but it's got to be done for RP1. Right, so... yeah, I want to activate this when we're in space. This is essentially what I just did, except it's going to be slightly different this time in the fact that we are going to be doing this for realsies. So let's fire up that engine, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and hope for no ignition failure or any engine failure. We have been quite lucky with engine failures so far. Mean time between failure, 237 seconds. I think, yeah, the only failure that I've had so far in this series was for the very, very first launch. So I have been very, very lucky. Ignition failure rate is now down to 10%. That's okay. But we are making our way up to space. We are burning this rather nicely, and this is still on a course that looks very promising. You know what's going to happen? I tell you what will happen. We will roll out our downrange distance rocket, and that will be the first rocket that suffers a major failure in this series. I can guarantee it. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. The cursed month. We're launching it in December. We're going to be launching our downrange distance rocket in December. It's gonna happen. I can guarantee it. It's gonna happen. Never launch on December, and that's exactly what we're doing with our downrange distance rocket. So this is looking like it's gone completely well. There we go. We have made it to space now, and we have, yeah, there we go. We are good to go. All is looking good. And as soon as we make it up to space, what we're going to do is we are going to start planetary photography. Well, we could start it now, but we'll get more science from space, and I feel like the more science we get, the better. I do need to launch some of these that we can just recover from a flight. The reason being is that will get us a lot more science, and I should have done that before at the start of the game, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that, but it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out a rocket that could do that for us. So, did you have real antennas installed? So, not December, no. Yes, indeed December. Unfortunately, it will be December. So there we go. We've made it this far. Now what we should see is we just need to return this once we've made our downrange distance. Any second now. we will make the downrange distance. Yeah, there we go. Downrange. Yeah, this will happen. But I just want to be ready to separate this stage. I'm going to arm the parachute now. There we go. That's good. Downrange distance has been achieved. What we're going to do is we are going to decouple this stage and hopefully be able to return this thing safely somewhere in Missouri, Georgia. No, Georgia's like I'm really bad at American geography. Georgia's here, isn't it? This is Georgia. This is obviously Florida. Florida kind of finishes maybe here. I don't know what the state is next to Florida. Like Atlanta. No, not Atlanta. Yeah, no, Atlanta is like somewhere up there, isn't it? I don't know. It's working. Praise Connoisseur, the chosen one. What did work? What did work? Sally P, I decided I don't want to download our own RP-1, but have visual mods, and oh man, it's beautiful and downloaded sounding rockets on CCAN. So yeah, no, I will be doing a install video for 1.10. Atlanta is the city, I know Atlanta. Atlanta's the capital of Georgia, I believe. Georgia and Alabama. Oh, it's Alabama, what, around here? Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm very bad with US geography, obviously. I visited the US a couple of times, but it's been a while since I have been there. And to be honest, the only places that I visited have been Florida and Las Vegas. So the rest of my US geography, it's not very good. This is not ideal that we are coming down nose down, because we're not going to be we're not facing a direction that is going to slow us down as much as I would like. But we are still, yeah, no, we're fine though. We're slowing down quite quickly. There's still enough of a surface area to slow us down here. And there we go. We're only going about 600 meters per second. Our parachute is now ready to deploy. So we're just going to wait at 4 times physical time warp. And hopefully this shouldn't take an awful long time to get down and safely returned to the surface of the Earth. Half a year. What's been half a year? If it's not coastal, then it's Kentucky. Atlanta is in Georgia. So is this Kentucky around here? I live in America, and I can only identify 3 state locations: Texas, Florida, and California. Don't feel bad. Come on, we're still going down really quickly. Parachute open up. This is a little bit concerning. Oh, no, we should be fine. So, yeah, I could name a fair... Oh, we can barely see anything. We're going 8.4 meters per second. That's not good. So we want tracking, default tracking, or do we want high definition tracking? Oh, look at that. It's in beautiful high definition. So Texas is like here, isn't it? And Nevada is somewhere around here. California, Oregon, Washington is up there. Then we've got Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina around there, and New York, and yeah, they're all up there. But yeah, my US geography isn't great. I know a few states just because I like doing quizzes and I like trying to guess the states. So pointy boy, it is indeed a pointy boy, and it is going 8.3 meters per second, which is quite fast. Kanasa, are you a tea person or a coffee person? I'm a neither person, really. I only ever really drink cold drinks.
There's always somebody who asks that.
Yeah, I don't really drink hot drinks. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, it's a spinning top. Oh, and it fell. that was quite cool for a second then. It's just like a spinning top spinning around. There we go. So we have safely returned that film capsule. Great. We've got 13.9 science, even better. We're going to recover that visual, and hopefully that should give us a bit more science. You literally just went around Arizona. Probably, like I said, my US geography isn't the best. Somewhere around here proceeds to circle the whole continent, Arizona. Yes. Greatest 1.5 seconds in KSP history. The thing just spinning on its nose. That was quite funny. That was quite amusing. Cool. We've got 17 sites, which is going to be enough to get us a fair few new technology nodes. That's going to be cool. I think what we want to go for probably is going to be satellite era electronics research. We'll grab that. And we'll also maybe even grab 1956 to 57 orbital rocketry. Or do we want to go for satellite era science? So we are going to need the Geiger Muller counter for the first scientific satellite contract. Avionics, improved avionics would be nice for that contract as well. But I feel like orbital rocketry is probably going to be what I really want to go for that, because then we get all of the nice engines and we get like the LR-107, the LR-105, even the LR-79, which will be nice. What was that on? The Jupiter Juno. Yeah, that's a nice engine to get us up to orbit. And these Atlas engines, LR-89 and the LR-105. So that's a really nice technology node to unlock. A really nice technology node to unlock. So I think I'll grab that. And then I think I'll grab the satellite era science next once I've got 7 science. And I should be more than capable of getting 7 science. I think if I recover a vessel from flight, that's going to be another 5 science that I get. And yeah, there should be a few ways of being able to unlock that science. So what we're going to do is we are going to duplicate Matt Smith, have him on the end there, because that is going to be useful. We can probably spend a few points in upgrades. What can we get a mission control now that we're here as well? Because I feel like we should be checking our contracts at all times. What is end goal? What is end goal for this series? This is just going to be me playing through RP-1, to be honest. For this stream, maybe getting as close to getting orbital as possible. That would be pretty cool if we can make an orbit in this stream. Might be doable. It could be doable. I'm not sure. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how far I get. I probably want to look at X-planes as well. That may be something that I do. But what else can we do? Sounding rocket difficult. That gets us not very much money. Does any of this get us much money? Low space biological experimentation, that gets us more than we need. That gets us a lot. That gets us the most by far. So 150 kilometers of altitude and 400 kilometers downrange with a film camera, then recover that sample. We don't need any sounding payload on there. And the rocket that we've got at the moment is more than capable of doing that. So I might as well keep accepting those whilst I still can. Yeah, that's what I am going to do. I probably also need to think about upgrading places like the tracking station and mission control at some point soon. That's going to be a while until we upgrade that. I think, yeah, what we'll do is we will upgrade mission control. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I am going to do that now. And then I'm going to spend another 20,000 funds on an upgrade point. And what we're going to do is we're going to whack that into the vehicle assembly building, because it's always useful to have more in there. Then we're going to wait 63 days for Matt Smith to be finished, and then we're going to start trying to get our downrange distance contract, which is going to be great. That's a very big turning point in any RP-1 career. It updated 10 days ago. Running RP-1 in 1.10.1, I'm still on 1.8. Yes, no, KSP RSS was updated recently, 10 days ago, yeah, as people were saying. And I'm gonna do an install video, which will hopefully be released tomorrow, about how to get it up to 1.10.1, which is pretty cool. So we are in November now. On the 15th of November, still in the first year, still in 1951. We've got 23 days for Matt Smith to be finished. We're going to warp that to complete. We've only got 12,000 funds left. We're on the 9th of December, and we're going to roll out our downrange distance sounding rocket. Here we go. Downrange in 1951. Can I do it? Can I get it done? I didn't do this in Kerbal Gets Real. I did not make this in Kerbal Gets Real. I think I launched one in November. but it failed. So this is going to be the question. Can we do it? Is it possible? Can it be done? Oh, it's TARDIS blue. I forgot about that. There we go. So everything is set as it should be. I know that this is kind of in the correct orientation. What we're going to do is we are going to fire up this stage, and I'm going to get Flight Recorder out just so that I can see where we're kind of going. And here we go. Let's fire this up. There we go. The engine is now fully spooled up, and we are going to release the clamps. Come on, no failure. No failure, please. What's the failure rate on this engine? 6%. That is quite high. That is higher than I would like it to be, definitely. And to be honest, we don't have that much information gained about this. We've only got 1,000 data units. Well, not even 1,000. So this is going to be very interesting. Are we going to be able to do it? Will we make it? I hope we do. Oh, come on, come on, come on. This is the make or break moment. It's definitely the make or break moment, although I've got plenty of chances to do this, but still, I want this to be done now. I want this to be the first successful 3,000 kilometers downrange contract. We are 7 kilometers downrange now, 37 seconds of burn left on this first stage. I'm going to keep this up because I want to see that mean time between failure. If that suddenly changes dramatically and that starts going down quickly, that's when I need to make sure that I fire up that engine and try and get us going. But it looks like we are okay for now. It's just that XASR. It's a roll of the dice. 6% chance of failure. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. Here we go. So we have 8 seconds remaining of burn on this stage. I've got my fingers ready to hit the staging button. Once we hit 1 second, there we go, 1 second, and we are go, and we are go, and we have not had a failure. Oh, this could be it. This could be successful as long as nothing goes wrong. The engine ignited. The Aerobee engine did ignite, and we are on our way. Oh, we could do this. 3,000 kilometers downrange, here we come. Meantime between failure is still 270 seconds. Things are looking good. Things are looking very good, very promising. Is extra telemetry worth it? That's for test flight, isn't it? I don't think you can get that on test flight. I can't actually remember if that is worth it or not. I've only used test flight when I first started playing RO and RP-1, and it's been a while since I've done that. So there we go. We have made it, potentially, just so long as we have actually made it. So are we getting... Oh no, these need to be running. And 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. And there we go, 3,000 kilometers downrange. There we go, that milestone has completed. You can tell Carnasa is invested in this. Yeah, that is that is a really kind of... This sounding rocket, this 3,000 kilometers downrange is a big moment in an RP-1 career. And the fact that we've completed this in December, that makes it beautiful. It makes it great. It's also for test light. Can you use that on test light as well? I didn't actually know that you could do that. I should probably look into doing that. I think... Yeah, it adds a lot to the contract, doesn't it? It adds a lot of, well, money pricing to what you're doing, which means that it takes a lot longer to actually build these rockets. So I think that's probably why I never end up doing those. But we're going to follow this to its demise and see it burn up and blow up, hopefully, very shortly. There we go. Cool. We are done. We have completed that contract, and that should give us a fair... Well, look at that. 237,000 funds. That's that's quite a lot of money. That is quite a lot of money. We're going to return to the Space Center and have a look at spending all of this hard-earned cash. The road to the first satellite is 3. It is indeed. And it might even be worth picking it up this year. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to pull that gambit. It could be possible, and it might be worth doing. 230,000. So we're going to want a 60-ton launch pad for this, which is going to cost us 70,000. So I'm going to get that now. So we will name that launch pad 60 tons, and we're going to do that. Yes, we would like to build that because we do need that for our first orbit. That is going to take us 416 days. Okay, that's quite a while, but not to worry, because now we can have a look at this, and we get 101,000 advance for completing that. That's longer than 2 years. That's 3 years. They've changed the contract to 3 years. It used to be 2 years. I'm definitely picking those up. I'm definitely picking those up. Because the 3 years, we can easily do that. I would have thought, maybe, especially if we get this huge advance. That's like 450,000 that I can spend working on the upgrades. That's going to get me the technology quicker. Yeah, no, I'm 3 years to do that. That should be fine. That'll be the end of 1954, which is what I did it in Kerbal Gets Real. If I fail this, then we are in a lot of trouble. But I think this should be doable. So yeah, we're going to accept first satellite contract already. There we go. End of 1951, and we are ready to go. Ooh, Kerbal's getting real by the minute. Realer by the minute, indeed. KGR3, Kerbal Gets Real for the 3rd time. The December Devil remains dormant. It did indeed. We weren't suffering any of that, but we do have another one of these other contracts to do as well, which we will do momentarily. But first, I am going to go away quickly for a couple of minutes because I need to sort myself out. I will be back probably in about 3 minutes, where we will hopefully start making our way towards the store bit. But thank you for watching the first half of this stream. I'll be back momentarily, and I will see you shortly. Hello everyone, and we are back, and I just need to quickly sort myself out with some good old diabetic insulin, which is where I went very quickly just to grab myself this, because it's time for me to do my long-term injection, and I need to get that all done. The joy of being diabetic, eh? So yes, I get to stab myself with needles all the time. It's great, it's fantastic. So sorry about that little bit of a break. Don't need to get upset. He has returned. Yes, I have, and we're going to get straight back on with trying to achieve orbit in RP-1. Yes, I am all insulined up, which is now nice. That's a weird way of saying it. Insulined up. I have got myself. I'll probably be diabetic. I've been diabetic since I was 2 years old. It has been a long curse, but... well, I have to deal with it, and I was feeling a little bit weird, so had to go grab myself an injection. So, anyway, we completed 3,000 kilometers downrange, which is awesome. We did it in 1951, so now, over the next couple of years, we need to achieve our first scientific satellite and our first artificial satellite. I think, was it Y Mandarin said, don't forget to pick up first scientific satellite as well. I can't do that because I've got 2 active contracts at the moment, so I need to try and... kind of get my contracts done or wait for the building to be upgraded, which will take 71 days. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a lot of funds, maybe get ourselves down to about 50,000. There we go. We've got 11 points available, and I think what I'll do is I'll put maybe 15, or if we go for 16, get that up to 8, maybe we'll go for 10. And then work this towards 20. And now we can start churning out rockets, hopefully, and we'll get a lot of science done. So we can also maybe look at making an X-plane as well. So Kanasa, play Mars Horizon when? That is a game that I do have, and I have played a bit. I might do that on a stream over on Twitch at some point. I'm thinking of starting a Twitch streaming channel to do some other games that aren't KSP over on there, but I'll see how that goes. Kanasa, my curse is worse. What is your curse? What is your curse, Cadnis? What curse are you afflicted with? Right, so early rocketry will be done very soon. And then we'll get early material science, which is going to take quite a while to do, more than a year. That's going to take a long time. So we probably need to put in some more tech into... we need to put some more upgrades into technology, I feel. That will be something. When we get our... the first scientific satellite contract up, I'll put a lot of points into R&D. So the next thing that I want to do, I think it's another film capsule return, and that is the thick boy. No, that's the long boy, I believe. So if I come in and edit this, we want to be building this first. It's now only going to take us 40 days to build one of these, which is great. So we should be able to churn these out, start really getting a lot of these done, and we'll get a lot of money back for the contracts that we are achieving, because obviously I've just spent a lot of money on upgrading my vehicle assembly building and all of that. Kanasa Star Citizen. No, I've never played Star Citizen. I've never played Star Citizen, and I don't have it, so that's something that I probably won't do. I've not spent any money on it, and I don't know. I like Elite Dangerous, and I'm very much looking forward to the new Elite Dangerous update. I was looking at that on Steam today, and it looks very, very cool. But yeah, I've never played Star Citizen, and I've always been a bit dubious about Star Citizen. Like, is it ever going to come out? is it ever going to get released? Will it? I don't know. Does anyone know? Probably not. But they just keep adding and never getting anywhere with it. So we're going to save the edits for the long boy, and I think what I'm going to do is I'll just save the edits for now, and then we'll duplicate this as and when we need to. Exactly, this British soundy rocket. It is a British soundy rocket. That is exactly what we're doing. There is obviously Sea Monsters is doing a very British space program at the moment. I saw someone at the beginning of this stream suggesting to do kind of like British sounding rockets, and I don't really know what I'd be doing in order to do that. And I know Sea Monsters is pretty much covering that with his series. We can discard Matt Smith now because we don't need any more of Matt Smith. We've completed Matt Smith, but what we do need is this thick boy to get us this next contract. And what we're going to do is we're going to warp it to complete. We're going to get that done, and then I think after that I may look at making an X-plane of some sort. Anyway, we're now in 1952. We have gone a full year. And, well, we've gone down range, which is pretty nice, and now we just need to start really churning out these rockets and getting towards going orbital. Shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. As soon as we may unlock some of the more... as soon as we unlock some new tech nodes, I'm going to have a look and see if we could potentially make something that is capable of making it into orbit before we unlock 1956 to 57 orbital rocketry, but we'll see. Why, Mandarin, that was me. I think it was. What was I saying about the British rockets? This is the wrong rocket. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. We're going to recover to the BAB. That was a huge mistake. Ah, that was a very big mistake indeed. Rolling out the wrong rocket. Oh dear. That's going to cost us some valuable time. That was a massive mistake, but at least I'll have that ready to launch the next one. And I think, yeah, instead of doing anything now, what we'll do, I'll walk the head to mission control being finished. We'll accept the first scientific satellite. There we go. Mission control is now done. We'll get that first scientific satellite contract. If we go there, and that will give us a nice increase of funds. There we go. We've now got over 300,000, and what we're going to do is we're going to pour... maybe get down to 100,000 funds. We'll put quite a lot of these into R&D. I think maybe if we get 18 in R&D, and we'll try and even these out now. I feel like that's probably the way we want to go. I'll get 22 points in the BAB and 20 in R&D. So there we go. Early rocketry isn't going to take us very long at all. And we've got the long boy that's going to be done in 22 days. So I think, yeah, let's have a look and see. Although we can't really do X-planes as per se at the moment because I've not gone up that route. We don't have supersonic wings or anything like that. So yeah, as it stands, X-planes are going to be, they're going to be out of the question. We need a way of gaining more science though, because at the moment our science is looking pretty dismal. And I think in order to do that, we are going to maybe launch this thick boy and make sure that it doesn't get out of the atmosphere. I feel like that'll be the way to go for that. And yeah, what do we have on our contracts? What do we have on our contracts? Just low space film return and just, yeah, those. So I think we need to wait for this to be done, and I'm just going to duplicate these and launch them each one after each other and see how that goes for now. I think that's going to be the best way to go about doing this for now. I can't believe I did that. I did them the wrong way round. I did that the wrong way round. I think I got censored and my live was paused. Oh dear. Points for the point god. Upgrades for the orbit. Yes, we're going to spend as many upgrades as we can. Can I say, okay, then skip X-planes and go to orbital. Yeah, I did want to kind of do X-planes though. I might do some X-plane stuff, maybe on a different kind of not live series, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I think we should be able to get orbital by the end of the stream, hopefully. We've got an hour and 40 minutes left. Can it be done? And I think it's the long boy. The long boy is the camera that we want to go for. So we will be launching this. We're going to make sure that we're launching this in the day because at the moment it's night. And it's always bad when we do a night launch. We want it to be nice and clear. And we want to see exactly what we're doing. So there we go. Long boy is going to be launched. And I'm going to try and race through this. We're going to race through this because we need to launch lots of these to get lots of money so that we can afford our orbital vehicle. We've got the 60-ton launch pad coming in. I think that's all we should need. I'm fairly sure, yeah, we'll just need the 60-ton launch pad. We don't need anything bigger than that. Long boy to orbit. Maybe I'll call the LBTO. That sounds a little bit like LBGTQ? No, LGBTQT. Yeah, it's
LGBTQ.
Yeah, but the long boy to orbit, that's kind of like the acronym for that. So we can get rid of this. And I think all this needs to go is 400 kilometers downrange, and we need to get above 150,000 meters, which we are more than capable of doing this. And, there we go. We can reset the camera. That's fine. Let's fire this up. Let's get this going. And we're going to release the clamps now. And we will start the planetary photography. And we should get a bit more science from this, at least, which will be nice. And maybe we can physical time warp this a little bit. I just want to get through these launches as quickly as possible. Because we do want to get to orbit. We do want to get to orbit relatively soon. So an X-plane tutorial would be nice. As I said, I'm not really that good at doing X-planes, which is why I've not ever really done them. But it is something that I could look into doing. I could probably spend a bit of time sit down for a little bit, kind of work out what I need to do, and then maybe do some tutorials on that. Oh dear. What happened there? What happened there? It failed due to aerodynamic stress. Okay, I think that was because I was physical time warping. So, yeah, no, I'm going to revert that to launch, and I'm going to fly that because that has never happened before, and I feel like that is just because I was physical time warping. So I'm going to revert that because that shouldn't have happened, but I have to not physical time warp through that, which is going to be a bummer. Oh, sorry. LBTO. T-Explorer straight exploded. So we're going to launch this again. Hopefully this time it should all be okay. There we go. Let's fire this off. And yeah, that was a bit of a shame. That was a bit of an unforeseen issue, but we're not going to physical time warp through the launch. That's why you never time warp with sounding rockets. Yes, I should have known better. I should have definitely known better, but unfortunately, I am a fool. I am a foolish person, and that ended up very, very bad, as we did see. I think what I'll do is I'll try and get to flying high, and then I'll activate the early film camera, and I might be able to get a bit more science from flying high. The kettle blew up. Oh no! The kettle did blow up. Are we flying high yet? No, we need to be 50,000 meters. How I do X-planes. Big wings with rocket engine on the back. So I have done X-planes before, and it's been a very simple design, and I don't even think I air launched them. All I did was say, yeah, look, now that we're not physical time warping, this is more than fine. And we are going to hit flying high very, very, very shortly. So there we go. Oh, invalid. It's an invalid situation. We can't even do it. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's bad. Right, let's arm the parachute though. And I don't think we need sounding payload for this contract, so we're just going to detach this, get a little bit extra height. We're going to go 200,000 meters, and yeah, we're going to physical time warp through this because I feel like physical time warping through this section is going to be fine. And yeah, we'll get our way to 200,000 meters. We should be more than 400 kilometers downrange, I believe. Let's just get flight recorder up though, so we can see how far we are. I mean, we're already 137 kilometers, and that's only going to go even further. 200, there we go. 300, yeah, we've completed the contract, and we just need to wait until we get back sound safely. So Calvin has some good examples of how to do them. Yes, I know. If you want to learn about X-planes and how to do X-planes, I highly recommend Calvin McClaw's channel because he is fantastic at building them. He can really, he makes beautiful X-planes and beautiful cinematics as well. I'd highly recommend checking out his channel. Famous last words there, Carnassa. What did I say? It's drifting off the runway. My problem with X-planes is that's not rolling straight on the ground. I know that you can air launch X-planes in RO and RP-1, which should hopefully mean that you don't suffer from that. But yeah, I don't know. I never really used them. And all I did, I think, I did when I first started playing RP-1, in order to kind of cheat through some of the first human contracts, I just whacked, I got one of these kind of big rocket boosters, whacked a conic cockpit on the top, and just launched that up, and it was like a crew cabin on top of this big death stick, and really wasn't very safety conscious, but I wanted to kind of cheese through those contracts, and I probably could do that and probably make a bit of money. Although that was before they added the kind of ceiling where you could get those cockpits. I think you could actually get those all the way up to space and they wouldn't suffocate because the cockpits weren't pressurized. But now that's changed, so I'm not entirely sure if you can do that anymore. We have summoned him. Is Calvin McClaw here? Calvin McClaw is here. Hello and welcome to the stream, Calvin McClaw. Welcome, welcome. I was just talking about how good your X-planes are and how bad mine would be if I attempted to do them. Although I might try and do some at some point. Although I would be very terrible. I'm bad at doing planes even in stock KSP, so there we go. We are coming down nice and slowly now at 100 meters per second. Obviously not very slow, but slow enough. The parachute should fully deploy any minute, and we're going to come down at 6.2 meters per second. Let's get 4 times physical time warp on whilst we try and get this down. This is going to take a while. Carnassa, should I ask out the girl I like? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing. Well, if you feel that's what you want to do, yeah, then go for it. I asked out the girl I like. Did I ask you out, or did you asked me out? Kind of. There we go. We have landed. You're looking at me all funny now.
You asked me.
I asked you.
I just approached you first.
You approached me first, but I asked you.
Yeah.
I think what happened was we met at like a karaoke thing, and then you were watching me, and then I think afterwards I came out on another night, and my friends all abandoned me, and I was like, oh, can I come out with you? And then you were like, yeah, join us, and then that's how we started going out, wasn't it?
Oh my god.
Kind of.
Stop telling people.
No spin top, no full spoofle. There was no spin top this time, unfortunately, but we got a bit more money from completing that contract. We're on 136,000 now, which is great. So we're going to go for a normal recovery. I need to ensure that I have enough money to buy all of the parts that I need to make this orbital rocket. That is definitely something that I do need to try and consider, but I also need to spend enough that I am able to research the technology fast enough. That's the kind of balancing act that you've got to do for an RP1 game. The worst you can say is, frick you look like a rotten shoe. Oh, that's a mean insult. That's a mean insult. She's not going to say that.
I'm going to say that.
So as I say, it does have chat up next to me while she's painting. I think did you want to show your painting to the stream?
No.
I don't know. I know you said when I went and grabbed my injection, you were like, I want to show my painting to the stream. So we might see Alice's painting at some point.
Chill out.
Romance stories with Carnassa. Yes, you get a tale whenever you come to one of my live streams. We'll go in all kinds of different tangents and see what we do.
Right now, nothing about anything he just said about us getting together was romantic.
Wasn't romantic, was it not?
The slightest.
Okay,
No.
so what are we going to do next? We can do a... How much does this... there we go. That's getting us more funding now. 75 units on the craft. Altitude of at least 120. And a small biological experiment. So yeah, I think I will go for that. 120 kilometers. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll pick that up, and then we'll grab ourselves a thick boy, which we've already got. Fantastic. So we can do that straight away. That's awesome. And I think I'll try and maintain about a steady 100,000 funds for now. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep these equal. So we'll put 22 points into there. So we're getting 17 science a year. So if we go to our tech and have a look at this, well, we are researching these quite quickly. We'll get satellite era material science pretty soon, which is going to be very nice. We're going to roll out the thick boy because we can launch this almost immediately to complete this contract. We'll launch that. There we go. See, we're getting things done quickly. We're going fast and getting things done. Carnassa, GF RO playthrough when? When are you going to do a RO playthrough? You're not. She's not playing RO yet. She can't even do stock. What did I start? What did you start? What did you start indeed? It's nothing too terrible. It's okay. We're all good here. Everything is fine here. And there we go. Yeah, this is just pointing straight up, and we should be able to launch this. I think, yeah, invalid situation. That's fine. And what did I need to get this to? I think it was 120 kilometers, wasn't it? Have we got sounding payload in here? We do. I think... no, that's first artificial satellite. First scientific satellite. No, I want this. 120,000 meters. So I want to get to pretty much 135,000-ish meters because I want to recover a vessel that has been in a flight to get that sweet, sweet science, but I also want to get this contract completed. So this is going to be a fine balancing act, and this could probably end up going wrong when the engine fails, but we'll see when that happens. Anyway, 3, 2, and 1, and we're going to fire this up. It's a nighttime launch, but oh well, we can deal with one of those for now. And we are going to fire this up, and I'm going to make sure that I keep an eye on that altitude that we've got there, our apoapse height, and I reckon I want to cut that when we hit about 135,000 meters. Mika Gaming, hi, hello, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to me doing the start of an RP1 career again. It's been a very long time, and what we are doing is we are just going through the sounding rocket grind at the moment, trying to grind out as many contracts as I possibly can, so that I can get to that all-important first orbit stage, which hopefully I should be able to achieve on this stream at some point. Yeah, I'm a reinstall RO, going to try getting to orbit this time. Getting to orbit is a very, very big kind of step in RO, and once you've done that, well, it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities, places to go, people to see, planets to visit, you know, all of that cool stuff. You don't know what you missed. What have people missed? Carnassa, are you planning on mission to Pluto or Jupiter's moon? So hang on one sec, and I think I'm going to cut there. And that should hopefully get us above 120,000 meters, but not go above 130,000. That is the plan, because then we'll get, oh, what will we get? We'll get recovery of a vessel in flight, and then we will also complete this contract. So here we go. Are we going to be able to do it, or did I leave that burner? No, we're fine, we're good. We are going to make this, and we won't break into space, but we will get up into the kind of region that we need for the contract, which will be really nice. So are you planning on a mission to Pluto or Jupiter's moon? Which one of Jupiter's moons? In Kerbal Gets Real, I did quite a few missions to Jupiter's moons. I landed on Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Yeah, I landed on all 3 of those. Pluto, I might do a mission to Pluto in the next millennia. It's somewhere that I definitely do want to go to. So now we just need to return home safely. That's very nice. I don't have JR's visual enhancement pack, so I don't have city lights at the moment, which is a bit sad. But yeah, no, I do want to go to Pluto in the next millennia because it's somewhere that I've never been in real solar system, and I think it'll be quite a cool place to go. Probably need to do some sort of slingshot from Jupiter to get there, though, because otherwise it's going to take a really long time to go all the way out to Pluto. So that will be something that I do. Right, let's decouple this stage. We will arm the parachute, and what we're going to do is we're going to wait until this comes down, get a whole whopping load more science, because we have recovered a craft from a flight above Earth rather than a flight in orbit above Earth. You get better, you get more science from recovering craft from different locations, if I remember correctly. So we'll see how that goes. Getting into orbit gives you room move. Whoa, explosions. Explosions, what was going on there? What was going on there? Malcolm Anon, I'm not sure if I understood what that meant. Do you use KOS? I don't. I have been meaning to learn KOS, and it's probably something that I'll try and learn over summer. I haven't tried to learn it at the moment due to the fact that I am also learning university stuff, and I feel like I really need to kind of figure out KOS and delve into the kind of like operating system that it uses whilst I'm learning about stuff at university. I don't really want to be learning KOS at the same time. So once I finish this year for summer, I may delve into that a little bit and see if I can pick that up a bit, because I think KOS is really cool, and I would like to use it quite a bit. But there we go. We have successfully brought this down. I imagine, yet again, we are going to see us kind of sinking through the waves, which will be interesting. Did we even get any of the biological sample done? We've still not finished our supersonic flight analysis, so there is a bit of science that we can still get from around Earth. We've got 7.2 science at the moment, which is kind of nice. That means we can get another technology node, and I think what I'll go for will be the science technology node, so we can get new experiments, which are going to be very, very nice to grab. What's KOS? KOS is Kerbal Operating System, and it basically adds kind of like you can code your rockets. It's really, really cool, and some of the stuff that you can do with it is insane. It's like insanely cool, and it's definitely worth checking out. And I do want to learn how to script in KOS, but as I said, at the moment I have no idea. I don't know how to do that, so it's something that I'm going to have to spend a bit of time on learning how to do. Right, so there we go. That's another mission done. Another sounding rocket done successfully. We've only had one failure so far, and that's been our first launch. This has been an amazing string of luck. I hope it continues, especially when we start thinking about going orbital, because that would be a terrible shame if I were to try and launch an orbital rocket and it not get anywhere. There we go. We got another 5.5 science for doing that. That's great. So we can go into research and development. And as I said, what I want to do is pick up satellite era science. And then I think the next science node that I want to go for after that will be this early avionics and probes. And then maybe, do we get solar panels with this? We do. So I can get solar paneled probes and all of that kind of stuff. That's okay. And then it will probably be, the next step will be entry, descent, and landing, because that gives us heat shields, which is going to be great for a whole load of kind of contracts that I will want to do. That's going to be very useful. Right, so there we go. Oh, no, stop, whoop. There we go. I don't know what I was doing there, but that's probably not the best of things to do. Okay, so mission control. What have you got for us today? What will give us the most money? Probably the low space film return. Do I really want to keep doing these, or do I want to try and develop an X-plane? I've still not unlocked the parts for the X-planes though, which is, yeah, we still need supersonic plane development, which we're not going to get for a really long time. I mean, I could push that up. And maybe, yeah. Let's push this up. Let's push this up so that we can get this out of the way. And what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll also unlock supersonic flight. Oops, I didn't mean to purchase all of those. And do I go for mature supersonic flight as well to give us even better stuff? Maybe I do. Maybe I'll do. Yeah, I'll research that as well. And those tech nodes shouldn't cost us an awful lot. So what I'll do is I'll move these up as well. And hopefully this isn't going to bite me where it shouldn't with everything that I've got going on. So that's going to take us 2 months to get that done, 3 months to get that done. And then we'll also bring this up into the mix somewhere as well. Maybe, I don't know. And then we'll maybe think about start working on what are they called? X-planes. There we go. Yeah, we'll keep that there. We'll keep that there and we'll start rolling these vessels out. And I think these might start giving us a bit of money. No, that's only going to give us 18,000. That's really not a lot. Oh dear, oh dear. Is X-Plane tutorial planned? No, I do not have any plans for an X-Plane tutorial because I never really use them. So this will be the first time that if I get these done on stream, this will be kind of like the first time that I actually do X-Planes. Yeah, what do I want to get? I think low space film return, which is going to give us almost 30,000. That's going to be the next one that I'm going to want to do. So we need another long boy. So that needs to be out first. That's almost getting done. And I think I'll duplicate these because I feel like that's going to be kind of what we're going to be sending up to space a lot. And upgrades. Oh, we get an extra science point. I think I'm going to place that into research and development because my science does seem to be not falling behind per se, but it would be useful to get this science out maybe a little bit quicker. So we're in the 24th of February. Supersonic plane development has been done. We're in March 1952. I wonder, am I going to fail this completely? It's been a long time since I've done an RP-1 career, so I might have bitten off more than I could chew here. We'll see. Tech, yeah, we've got supersonic flight. That's done, or early supersonic flight. Early material science. After that's done, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get avionics prototypes up here. I'm going to see, what do I want for the first scientific satellite? I need that. That's going to be crucially important. Just thinking, early science. It might be nice to get some early science. And that. Yeah. I think I'll keep this like this. And we might even be able to make an orbital rocket with these nodes. I'll see, though. I'll probably have to spend a long time in the vehicle assembly building kind of messing around, seeing what I can do. So, yeah, what we're going to do is... Oh, do I go for an X-plane? I've just unlocked supersonic science. Let's go in the space plane hangar and have a look. What are you saving funds for? I'm saving funds for the engines that I'm going to have to buy when I go orbital, because there will be some engines that I need to unlock, because the engines that I've got at the moment are going to be terrible. I'm also going to have to tool up my tanks that I'm going to want to use. So it's going to be, that's what I'm kind of saving up my pennies for at the moment. So let's have a look. We can get the X1 cockpit, which can go, I think, up to about 35 kilometers with the upgrade that we've got. 30 kilometers at the moment. So what we can do is, yeah, we can do this. Oh, I hate the spaceplane hangar. I really, really don't like it. And we can use some of these XLR engines. If we have a look, XLR... Ooh, what's this? I've not seen some of these. So the X2, higher speeds and altitudes than the X1. Continuously throttleable engine designed in the US. Successful. Unstable. Oh dear, only a few flights were undertaken, so it is unstable. What can we do? It's got very throttleable. 6 ignitions. It's got a pretty rubbish ISP. Specific impulse, but that's okay. I think... If we whack one of these, oh, it's got quite a nice texture as well. Very nice, very nice. So maybe we'll make a really rubbish... no, that's because we've unlocked the material science node. We'll make a really rubbish kind of X-plane, and I'm going to hide experimental parts so I know exactly what I can create at the moment. So Canassa, strap me onto a space plane. Yes, we will. We will strap everyone onto a space plane. So this is going to be terrible, and people are going to be in a lot of judgment of me whilst I do this, because I'm not very good at doing these. So bear with me whilst I do this, because this is not something that I usually do. There we go, 12, well, 1.25 meters. I think we'll make the bottom maybe like that, and we'll make this kind of like go a bit like this. 5 meters in length maybe, or 4.5 meters, something like that. And we'll have a look at an engine that we can place on here. And what have we got? We've got the VK1. We could place a XLR11 on here. Maybe. And is that what I want? VK1, XLR11, XLR41, XLR43. This is ground ignition only. What's this for? So 250. I'm just going to have to work out the specific impulse of all the stuff that I've got here. That's probably just about good enough to maybe work on something orbital, but I'm not sure. Strap me onto a space plane. We will. Screams in 1.25 meters. Don't worry. If this ends up, imagine if this ends up being an SSTO. I do not think this will be an SSTO. Do not worry about that. There's absolutely no chance that will happen. So I wanted that XLR11. Where's that disappeared to? Where has that disappeared to? Am I being blind? I just can't see it. Oh, it's here. So it's this. There we go. We'll place that on there like that. Is that really what this looks like now? That, I'm sure there was a different version of that. What's this? Can we... Ooh. I've never seen that before. What is that? What is that? It's new from RO Engines. Cool. I've never seen that before. Cool new thing. Right, so yeah, we're gonna try and maybe mold a boat tail around this, because at the moment this looks a bit silly, and I want to kind of make this look like it's kind of got a little bit of coverage on it. So we're going to make the base, what is this? This is, the bottom is 8, so we want this to be 8. And if we go for a top of maybe 0.4 or 0.5, and we'll get the height down, because we do not need the height anywhere near that much. Then we'll grab some payload fairings. Do we want conical? I don't think we do want conical, do we? Conical is probably... Oh, hello. Why are you doing that? Oh, it's probably because the symmetry's all wrong. No, that needs to be ogive. Oh, excuse me. My voice is going. So, what's the next plane? A plane with a rocket engine? Essentially, yes. I think they were like if you look up the X1 and the there's a whole series of them, and basically, yeah, they are air launched. They were dropped from another plane, and then they fired up a rocket engine, and they did kind of altitude tests. And I think that was how. Wasn't it Alan Shepard? Was it Alan Shepard that was the first American in space? I can't remember. My memory is terrible today. And he was flying an X-plane when he did that. Or was Alan Shepard in Mercury? I can't remember. My memory of real-life space events at the moment is kind of betraying me. So we want this to be probably something a little bit like this. And we'll make the height come down to about there. And we want Ferro Auto Shape off, and what we'll do is, oh, that's no good. That's no good at all. Maybe we'll go, no, that's also no good. What is going on? Can I make the, ugh. I'm not sure about this. I'm really not sure about this. We want that to maybe go like, oh God, what is happening here? That's bizarre. What's good? Hey, what's good? Hello, Fuzzy Boy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to me trying to do my first X-Plane set. What is going on here? That is quite legitimately ridiculous. That looks quite gross. Oh, why can I not do this how I want this to look? So if we go for the top, maybe... Oh, no, this doesn't look good. Alan Shepard was on the Mercury. Alan Shepard's on Mercury. Okay, so who were the X-Plane pilots? Because I thought... There was quite a few of the X-Plane pilots were on Mercury as well. Oh no, that's not ideal. I think what probably I'll keep that there like that, and then yeah, but that looks so kind of not good. Maybe if I go for a nose auto shape and change this. Can I change this? Will this do anything? That's not doing anything at all, really. Not changing this in the slightest. Okay, so we're going to go for something like that. And see how this goes. Hey, Carnassa. Hello, Xander. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Neil Armstrong flew X-15s. So, Neil Armstrong flew some X-planes. The guy from Interstellar. The guy from Interstellar flew X-planes. Okay, that's a lot of emojis. Are the other fairing options round? Yeah, well, no, they're conical. And I don't know why this is doing this. It just doesn't. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong fairing types. It would probably help if I went for the ogive recolor, and then I could color these in, and it probably wouldn't change how they look, but might be a little bit nicer. So there we go. We'll go for something like that for now. Maybe I'll grab this in and move that in ever so slightly, and we'll probably be able to get a little bit. No, the height on that really doesn't want to play ball with me. Yeah, we'll just go for that. We'll go for that, and I'll open up the recoloring GUI, and we'll change that to the metallic paint. Maybe we'll go black for that for now. Make it shiny. Make this shiny. We can make this very, very, very shiny if we want. All we need to do is open up the recoloring GUI and go like that, and look at that. I can see my reflection from here. Yes, I can see my face smiling, beaming back at me. I don't think we will make it quite that shiny, but we could make it relatively shiny. This is just going to be kind of a bit of a jokey series with everything looking really bad. So if we go for an all-moving wing on top, so we've got a bit of, we close that, an all-moving wing on top, so we've got a bit of control. Your control, which is, of course, always nice, and we'll go for something like this, and if we fill this up with all of that, there we go, we got 2,000 meters per second of delta V. Thrust to weight ratio of 0.54, that's not the best if I'm going to be honest. Can we change this to high pressure? I think it needs to be high pressure, doesn't it? So it needs high pressure tanks. Yes, so we do need high pressure, and what we can do is we can fill this up with the correct fuel variant, and hopefully that should be okay. 270 seconds of burn, thrust to weight ratio of 0.49, that's fine. And can we simulate air launches in here? Start in orbit. We don't really want to start in orbit, but can we? No, it doesn't look like we can simulate air launches. Oh, that's annoying, because I would like to be able to do that. I'd really like to be able to do that, but it doesn't look like we are going to be able to. So we're going to try and turn this into a tail fin, and hopefully a tail fin that means that we can go where we want to go. Wow, that's chunky at the top. It's very, very, very chunky, very wide, very large. But let's do something like this and make this probably a bit bigger at the top, and we'll go for something like that. Maybe, and we'll make that a bit wider at the base. Do something like that, move that in just a tad, and there we go. This will be our tail fin, and hopefully that should be okay. Then what we are going to want to do is maybe make a supersonic wing, 2 on each side that go like this. We need to mirror them because they're not the right way. There we go. That's good. So hello, Carnassa. How are you? Hello, Nicole Webster. Hello, and welcome to the stream. I'm not doing too badly today. We are trying to make a terrible X-plane, and it is not going to go very well because I don't ever do X-planes, but I think there were several requests for me to at least try doing one this stream, so we can see what we're going to go for. Basically, what I'm going to try and do is try and copy how an X-15 looked as much as I possibly could, and I think that's probably, the wings there are probably a little bit too long. They kind of looked a little bit like this, and I think they had a tail fin as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of the end, and we're going to create our own flaps for that. And then I'll copy these, do something like this, and we only want 2 that are going to be mirrored. Place those there like that, and we will make these a bit smaller than the actual wings. We do something like this and bring these in. Make this section a little bit smaller as well, and bring these in so that they are nice and flat. And do something like this. And yeah, that kind of, the X-15 is maybe not quite like this. Hang on, I'm gonna get it up on Google and see what it looked like, just to refresh my memory. Have a look. And where have we got one? Where have you got one? Ah, so the wings were a lot further back and very short and stubby. Very, very short and stubby. So what I need is more something along the lines of they were a bit further back like this. And then they were kind of like this. Judging from my quick Google, it was more something like this. And they were very, very, very small. Very, very small. See if I can do something like that and see how that goes. Add me as a Kerbal and strap me onto this OSHA violation. X15 have very stubby wings. Yes, it did, as I have just had a look. So we are, hang on, let me get that back. They are very stubby. Look how stubby those are. Oh, they're tiny. Hang on. I can't really show you. I can't really do screen share, but I'm just looking at one at the moment, and they're tiny. They're really, really small. So really, really, really small. Tiny, tiny, tiny little stubby wings. So we are going to try and get away with tiny, tiny, tiny little stubby wings. And obviously that's kind of less drag and it might make it a bit easier to fly supersonic speeds. What we're going to do, we'll grab a control surface. We'll place one of those on each side of these so that we do have a bit of control. That would always be nice. And we want to make these probably as small as possible. Something like this, and make them tiny like that, and then just bring them out like so, and do a bit more of this, a bit of molding, a little bit of molding to try and get these to match exactly. That tail thing looks generous. Yeah, that can probably be a little bit smaller. I'm going to play around with all of the sizings later on, once I've kind of got everything in place, and then I'm going to open up my good friend FerramAerospaceResearch and mess about with things until things look like they are where they should be. Yeah, because I'm not very good at doing plain stuff. Really not very good at doing plain stuff. We'll do that. There we go. That looks to be roughly where we need that. And that's probably a little bit too far forward. We'll get those back and we'll probably, yeah, as someone said, we'll make that a little bit smaller and that a little bit smaller. And bring that down. Maybe do something like this. And we'll see how that goes for now. Well, he's trying. Hi, I'm checking back in. Are you working on an X-plane? Yes, I am. What key do you use to mold the wings? So it's T, G, and B, and each one of those does something slightly different. I did answer that. I've answered that, I think, 3 times in this stream. It's been quite a few times. If not this stream, I definitely answered that quite a lot in the last stream that I did as well. So I don't want to keep repeating myself. If you want to check that out, that will be earlier on in the stream when I talk about that in a bit more detail than I just did. Right, so let's get that there. But it's G, T, and B anyway. Press those down and you kind of like hover over the wings, and that's kind of what you can do. So there we go. If we move that into the middle, we'll get that there like that. I'm going to hold open the J key and we're going to do a bit of this and a bit of this. There we go. And that's about all we can do. What is our center of lift looking like? That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. I'm sure our center of lift shouldn't be there. Our center of lift is definitely not going to be there because our wings are all the way back here. And I don't know why that is. What I'm going to do is I think I am going to test this, but I'm going to test this from the runway, and I'm just going to fire up the engine to begin with. As dangerous as that is going to be. This is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very interesting. And I'm going to put some wheels on it so that we can launch it from the runway. But I think what I am going to do for actually landing this is I will use a parachute, because I'm not sure if this is going to be possible to land in the traditional sense. How's that looking? Wheels are looking okay. Leave and enter spaceplane hangar. That fixes it normally. Okay, does it? So we'll go for... what should I call this? What should this be called? XO1 or something like that. XO1 for now. If anyone's got any suggestions for what this beautiful, horrific creature should be called, leave them in chat whilst I go. I'm going to save this. I'm going to leave the spaceplane hangar and we're going to come back and hopefully that will fix our overlays, because at the moment I can't see what's going on. Wheels the wrong way round. Was the wheels the wrong way round? Okay, that is something that I will need to fix when I get back in. So we're going to come back in now. The center of lift indicator likes to break. When you leave the hangar, it'll correct. Awesome. So hopefully it should be fixed. X strange. I like X strange. Z plane. I also like Z plane. That is a good-looking plane, is it? Is it? It's. I'm not really sure if it is. These wheels are the wrong way round, or is this wheel the wrong way round? No, that wheel should be that way. Should these wheels be the opposite way? Like that? Really? Anyway, let's see. Yeah, our center of lift. Oh, there we go. That looks good. Center of lift is pretty much where it should be. So I would like to think that no, these wheels should be this way round because the lights are facing that way, and we've now only got one of these. So we'll place that there like that, and that should be good. Venus1, call it the stubby boy. I think why Mandarin? I think I'm going to go with your idea because at the moment everything is something boy in this series. So of course we've got to continue along with our naming convention. So this will be the stubby boy. And there we go. We've got a burn time of 270 seconds. This rated burn time is only 150, so we don't need anywhere near that much burn time. In fact, we'll break the engines if we burn it for that long. So we're going to cut down on our utilization. Maybe go for about there. There we go. 1.5. That's fine. That's all we're rated to burn this for anyway. Can we upgrade the engine on this? We can, but I'm not sure if I want to. That really increases our burn time. It's 10,000 funds, though, which is quite a lot of money at the moment. We get 4 ignitions. We get better... we get a much better specific impulse. And we get same thrust, but the burn time is a real big advantage. That might be worth looking into. But I feel like first I want to just kind of make sure that this all works. Let's check our FAR analysis, and we'll do this. Well, there we go. Everything is green. What if we go up to Mach 1? Yeah, Mach 1 is good. Mach 2. Mach 2 is good. 3. Mach 3 is good. Mach 4. Oh, we're getting a bit of yaw problems with Mach 4 at 0 kilometers. But what if we go for, say, 15 kilometers? Yeah, our yaw is looking not very good if we go up to Mach 4. But I don't think we're really going to be going to Mach 4. I think Mach 3 is probably even more than we will be going. So this should hopefully work. I feel like this X-Plane will work. And I said I can't do X-Planes, and I've just designed this like almost instantly. But I can't. I really can't do X-Planes. This is probably more luck than anything. And I do want a parachute on this, just in case I can't land it, which is a very, very high possibility. So I am going to put a parachute on here on top, just in the very, very rare case that we do have to do an emergency landing, we are going to land this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of most of the fuel in there and then see where our center of mass is. And then I'm going to place the parachute directly above that. And then hopefully we should be able to land this quite successfully. Yay, 125 likes. Very, very nice. Thank you for liking the stream. Always means a lot when people like the stream and obviously subscribe and all of that. And I think did I hit a milestone recently? I'm not sure. No, I think I hit 3,800 subs not that long ago, which is cool. I'm looking forward to 4K. That should hopefully be relatively soon. And I'm kind of at the moment thinking, will I hit 5K before I've been doing a year on YouTube? So I think I started Kerbal Gets Real, which is where I really properly started my YouTube channel in July last year. So I'm like 1,200 away from 5K, and it's like I need to do a big push and maybe hit 5K before I have done a year, which would be really, really cool. But thank you everyone for coming along to the stream and watching me be terrible at Realism Overhaul. And yeah, just sticking up with my nonsense for quite a while. It's much appreciated when everyone is here. You need more subs. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Speedy. At least its shadow is beautiful. The shadow of the plane. Yeah, that is a very nice shadow of the plane. I mean, this it kind of looks ugly as anything with all the different colors. I think it would be better if I colored this in kind of maybe a stock white, because that would hopefully match everything else that we've got. So a white kind of looks a little bit better. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. But anyway, we are going to want to use current craft mass, maybe, which is 2 tons. God, this doesn't weigh a lot. And yeah, we'll apply settings. Oof, that makes it very heavy. That's very, very, very heavy. Very heavy. But yeah, I think that should be okay. So we're gonna save the stubby boy. I'm gonna come out. Yeah, we've applied settings. Can we come out of this, please? Close. What is? Oh, it's because I've got the part recolor up. That menu always gets in the way of everything, and it always confuses me when I have that up and I can't get away from it. So no, it must be brown. It must be brown. So we want to color this in brown. The stubby brown boy. There we go. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That doesn't look the best. It's just brown and white. We'll see. We'll see. Canassa, whatever happened to Beyond Home? I did answer you at the end of the last stream. I did see that you asked that, and before the stream ended, I did type in the chat. Basically, Beyond Home is on hold at the moment whilst I'm still at university, because I don't really have time to be running 2 KSP series at once, so I wanted to more focus on the next millennia. And I did put it to a vote, and the next millennia won out by quite a way. So I'm focusing more on RO and RP-1 at the moment, and then when maybe summer comes around and I have a bit more time, I will start doing more coming home stuff. Anyway, so we're going to save this. I think this should be good to go, or thereabouts. But I feel like I will test it on the runway first, and in order to do that, we will fill this up. And how much does this weigh? Only 4 tons. That's not bad. Really not bad. And we get 150 seconds of burn time. Do I upgrade the engine? I don't think I will. I don't think I will. This will be fine for now. And yeah, no, we're gonna try and take this off. We're gonna try and simulate this and take this off from the runway. So yeah, here we go. We want to simulate. Let's try this out. Oh god, it's ugly. Oh god, it is. It's terribly ugly. It's an offense on the eyes. It is really an offense on the eyes. Bean brown cardboard. This is a cardboard box that we are attempting to fly. So Canasta, what difficulty are you playing this on? I think it's on normal, and I think I probably should have set it to moderate, because normal, well, I've got 3 years to complete one of the contracts that I'm quite surprised that I've got 3 years to complete. Right, so we're going to fire up this engine. Here we go, and we are already tipping to the sides. There we go, we've lost a wing already, and boom. Oh dear. Right, let's revert that to launch. That was not ideal. So Canasta, how come you never play stock? I don't know, I just like modded KSP. I like modded KSP. I might start playing a stock game at some point, but it'll be a while. So that was obviously less than ideal. Not entirely sure why we had such bad control there. It doesn't look like our wheel is actually touching the ground. And I think what we'll do is I'll start off with kill rotation. And we'll fire up the engine. Hopefully, no, we're still tilting to this side. No, yeah, this is not very good. Not very good at all. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, we're really listing to the side. Our wheels can't hold this at all. Yeah, this isn't great. Wheels aren't working very well. See if I just want to be able to take off. But no. We're going to revert to the spaceplane hangar and see if I can fix some of these issues and try and make these wheels work a little better. But RO is backbreakingly satisfying. RO is very satisfying. As soon as you start getting into orbit and start completing things in RO, it is always really nice to do that. So yeah, these wheels not really working out for me at the moment. Maybe if I move them out a little bit and move these down. There we go. And maybe move... No, they need to be up. They are too low. Maybe I will move those down. I'll move those down to like there, make them a little bit wider, and then I'll place a small wheel at the front as well and move that up into the actual cockpit. We go there like so, move that along. Hopefully this should be a little bit better. I'm not counting on it though, so we'll have that kind of like directly there. And then we can maybe move these down a little bit further. About there. We don't really want them floating. Do something like that. I'm going to change this from brown. I don't like this being brown. I really don't like it. So we're going to change this. Not shiny brass. Stock white kind of matches the other colours that we've got going on. Orange is just garish, and we can make it shiny orange. I'm gonna go for that right now. I prefer that to the brown, to be honest. So we're gonna keep it like that. Stubby boy is gonna be bright and orange. Right, we're gonna cancel that, save that, and the wheels are not very good at the moment, but hopefully we shouldn't ever need the wheels, because I will just be using the parachute to land us safely, and yeah, we won't be touching down, we won't be flying down. It might be something that I do try and do, though. No, my bean brown! No, you want the brown back? How could you? How dare you? How dare you change it to orange? Orange is like my color that I've been doing. Canasta, to get more stable, move the wheels closer to the center of mass. So the center of, yeah, we're quite far behind our center of mass, so maybe it might be better to move these a bit further forward. Yeah, that's probably a bit of a shout. We have those, if we have the wheels kind of like on the wing, maybe that might help. I don't know, that's not, yeah, no, we need to move these a bit further down. But yeah, the wheels are kind of just floating at the moment, which is less than ideal. But there we go. That might make it a bit more stable. Hopefully. Where is our center of lift now? Still there, so our center of lift still looks good, so I'm going to save that. So we'll do that. Jesus, when the plane loaded, my internet yeeted itself into the abyss. Did I miss something? No. We're good. We're good. I think. Maybe. We're going to simulate this again, see if I can actually take this off, see if it flies. No, all moving tail. What's the all moving tail? Refunds cheat code? Orange is even more revolting. You don't like the orange? I use orange for everything in my series. Orange is definitely my channel's color, which is why obviously my banner is orange and all of that. My colors, the color for my channel is definitely orange and white. And oh dear, come on, are we? This does probably not going to be promising, but oh well. We're going to see how this works. Smart ASS. We'll turn kill rotation on. We're going to fire up this engine, and we're still moving to the side a bit. Why are we moving to the side? And I want caps lock control. Yeah, no, that's... Oh, the wheels are in line, though. The wheels should be in line because they're mirror symmetried. I don't know why that's going on like that. And yeah, they should definitely be in line. I'm going to have to try and place them again, though, and maybe try and fix this. What, SN11? What about SN11? F in chat for SN11. I've already said that already today, but it was a terrible shame watching that go off today. Well, barely watching anything. No one saw a thing because of all the fog. We could see nothing. We could see nothing. Look, my smart ASS is trying to roll me to the direction that we're... Why is this doing this? Smart ASS is killing me. SN11 launched today. It did indeed. It launched earlier on today, and it was in the middle of a massive old fog storm. That's not really the right word for it. It was very foggy when it launched, so no one saw anything, and yeah, the entire thing blew up before it hit the ground, which was a bit of a shame. It was a massive shame that all happened. Right, so we're going to fire this up. We're going to try and do some slight adjustments. Yeah, we're really wanting to tilt this way for whatever reason. Not entirely sure why we're tilting that way. I'm going to revert to the spaceplane hangar and see if we can fix this. Not idea. Maybe the front wheel is misaligned. I don't think it is, though. It should be exactly right. It should be pretty much where it should be, if that makes any sense. But we'll place that there. But these should be... If we place these like... Hang on. We'll place the... it's probably because this is weirdly configured. So if we go like this, and we make sure that we've got mirror symmetry, and we've got 2 of these, and we grab the 2 of these, and these wheels should all be aligned now, and we'll grab those there, and we'll go like this, like so. Get these behind the center of mass. Where is the center of mass? Get these quite close to the center of mass. And then if we move these up 1, or so like that, and then we move that up 1, 2, they should now be in line. They're pretty close to the center of mass, so that means we should be able to control this a bit easier. And hopefully that should fix all of our problems, because they should be straight. But I bet this isn't going to work. So I'm going to save this, I'm going to simulate this, and I think To be honest, I don't really need to test this capable of landing, because I will just use the parachute, but I just want to see how this flies. This is more a flight test, and it's a shame you can't simulate an air launch, because that would be really nice. Is 1.10.1 performance good enough to make the effort of changing versions? I think the performance upgrade that 1.10.1 gives is phenomenal. It's great, and I've been playing 1.10.1 for quite a while now, and I've not really received any bugs, and it just, yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is looking better. We are getting... Yeah, no. This is much better. This is much better. Much better. There we go. We fixed it. We fixed it. So hopefully we should be able to start pitching up. And can we take off? 60 meters per second, and we're not able to take off. I'm going to change to caps lock. 80 meters per second, and we're unable to take off. 100 meters per second. Are we going to lift off the runway before we run out of runway? Maybe, maybe not. 130 meters per second, and we're still unable to take off. Oh, there we go. We have taken off, and we are skybound. And yeah, there we go. This flies relatively well at the moment. And hopefully we might even be able to break the sound barrier with this. 200 meters per second. And yeah, I want to see if we can break the sound barrier, because that would be a very, very cool contract to complete if we can do that. With this orange monstrosity. They're acting like spoilers. Your flaps are configured as elevons. Do I need to change those? So flap is inactive. 300 meters per second. We're almost breaking the sound barrier with this. But yeah, I think this will break the sound barrier, which is really nice. But the way that we're going is we are heading out to open ocean, and we are actually running. Yeah, it's kind of hard to push through that sound barrier. I think we will just about make it though, but I think these wings might even need to be a little bit thinner. That should be it. And we might be able to maintain this speed for quite a while, which should hopefully get us the contract. That's pretty cool. SDTR Control Plus. There. What's that? Control. I never make planes, so I never move. I never do this. You can air launch with KCT. I know you can air launch with KCT, and that is what I am going to do for this plane, which will be great. Strap me on for the first flight. Speedy, we can strap you on if you so do wish. You should configure your control surfaces this way. Yeah, I very, very rarely use planes, so I really don't know about them an awful lot. Anyway, yeah, we've run out of fuel, and this should hopefully be able to just glide relatively well. What we could do as well is we could just switch atmospheric autopilot on, and then it will be a lot easier to control. We can start flying around, and it looks very, very nice. Cool. Anyway, yeah, we're going to terminate that simulation because I know it works. So what we're going to do, we're going to revert to the spaceplane hangar, maybe do a little bit of coloring, have a look and see what chat is saying. Tries to break the sound barrier at 1 kilometer high. Yes, we were trying to fly through the thick, soupy part of the atmosphere, and it wasn't going very well. When I air launch this, it obviously will be a lot higher, and it will be a lot easier to break the sound barrier because of that, because we won't be flying through all of that soupy, thick atmosphere. So what we're going to do is we are going to toggle the gear deployment. We're going to get rid of those, and that should be good. And I think, yeah, we'll place that in a new setting there, and there we go. What color should this be then? I think I'll just go for white or gray. Gray looks like it's okay. It looks like it fits the wings. Elevons 100% pitch. So look at the values that I posted. Tail fin 100% yaw. What, this? So I know that this should really only be doing yaw, because that's all it can do. What, these 100% pitch? Do air launch, no gear, only parachute on the center of mass. I could get rid of the gears, but we could potentially try and land this. I've lost the landing gear inside. It is there, so it should be able to come through, but yeah, that at the moment is sticking inside. So ailerons in front. Don't have fairing decouples, it only adds cost. Make the wings thinner. I think, yeah, the wings were a little bit too thick there, and that's why I wasn't really gaining too much speed, but we'll make those a little bit thinner, like so. These are about as thin as they can possibly get. Let's get far up and make sure that this is still all capable of flight. Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3, yeah, Mach 3, but we're not going to be getting anywhere near Mach 3. What about 15? Yeah, this is fine. This will be aerodynamic enough to be able to fly, and that's fine. So yeah, we'll be doing that, and that should be good. And what I want to do is, yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Vacuum, and we get 150 seconds of burn time out of that. We should be able to break the sound barrier, and yeah, 63 days. That's all that's going to cost to make this. So I think what I want to do is I do want to launch this straight away. Oh, it's expensive though. That's very expensive, but oh well, we are going to have to suffer that because we'll be able to get a lot of money for quite a few, well, achievements, advancements that we will do that. Quick question. How do you update RO from 1.8.1 to 1.10.1? I'm going to be doing an install video that I am going to do tomorrow. It will be released tomorrow, so if you wanna see that, that will be out at some point tomorrow. Right, so we've got a stubby boy, and I think what I'm going to do, we need to launch the long boy, don't we? Because that's going to be one of our, yeah, low space film return. We need to do that. 600 kilometers downrange. We can achieve that. We did achieve that last time, so hopefully we should be able to achieve this with the new long boy. But I think I want to get a stubby boy out there as well, because that will be useful for all kinds of science and crew reports and stuff. Hopefully we should get a few more bits and bobs with that. What I need to do is I need to make sure that our astronauts are trained up. So I think someone said that they wanted a name. So here we go. Who wants a name in this series right now? Say it in chat right now. I'm going to be naming people right now. So get your applications in. I'll accept the first 3 after Speedy. So we've got Speedy, Speedy Plus apparently. Me, E-Gaming. There we go. We'll have E-Gaming. Why what? E-Gaming. There we go. We'll have Gamigan. There we go. E-Gaming. Apply. We'll go for Donald Brewer. Who is Donald Brewer going to be? So N9. There we go. I think it's Artificial Launch and N9 are going to be the last people. So Artificial Launch will be the third one, and then we'll have N9. I think, yeah, Gail Terry, you're going to be Saint N9 from the Discord. Saint N9. I think it's Game Egg, like that. I feel like it is at the moment on my Discord. I think that's what N9's called. So there we go. So we got Speedy Plus for some reason, E-Gaming, Artificial Launch, and Saint N9 Game Egg. Oh my, oh my. So yeah, there we go. Chat was chat suddenly exploded with the applications for pilots for this series. So we're going to go courses, proficiency X1. How long is this going to take? 45 days? That's not too long, and that will mean that they will have proficiency before we launch them, which is going to be very nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to warp ahead to the long boy. We'll get this out to the launch pad. We've got our X-plane ready, so we're going to roll that out, and then we're going to start producing Stubby Boy whilst we wait for this to be rolled out to the launch pad. We're going to launch this, hopefully get a few funds, and hopefully then we will launch the X-plane, and maybe we'll get a few new milestones for our human space program as well. We will get to maybe some altitude milestones and maybe some speed milestones. It'll be interesting. If there's a most dangerous mission, I volunteer as tribute. Okay, I think the X-planes are definitely going to be dangerous missions, considering I never ever do them, so any of those, probably you're in for a bit of a bad time, so good luck with those. Anyway, for the 3rd time, or I don't know how many times we've launched one of these, but we're going to be launching a long boy. We're going to get that film camera, we're going to start our planetary photography, and hopefully we'll get a bit of science with this. I am in love with how the waterfall engines sound. They sound so nice, so much nicer, so much nicer. What does proficiency do? So proficiency, you need to do 2 separate trainings for your astronauts to go on their missions. The first one is proficiency, which means that they are proficient with the capsule, and basically what I like to think, proficiency training is teaching your astronauts how to use like the cockpit of the mission that they're flying, and how to use all the controls and get them familiarized with the cockpit and all of the components of that cockpit. The mission training is then kind of like teaching the astronauts exactly what the mission is that they'll be flying, so it doesn't take as long, but you do need to do that with every single mission that they fly in that cockpit. Whereas the proficiency training, you only need to do that once, ever. So yeah, that's kind of how I like to think about it. If I will ever be on this save, I would like to go to the moon. Hopefully we will do human lunar landings at some point in this save. I don't know how long that's going to take. There we go. We're 208,000 kilometers up. And what we will do is we will arm the parachute and just... Do we want to decouple this? Yeah, I think we do. And we will be on our way. And I think we'll physical time warp through this. Oh, hello! Suddenly, a rocket flew past us. That was interesting. Yeah, I do want to get to the moon on this stage, on this save. I feel like that would be... I don't know, if I get to a human lunar landing, that's probably a good point to finish this RP-1 career. And that will obviously take a while, and it'll take a while to get to that kind of stage. But I feel like that would be a relatively good place to get to. So how far down range are we at the moment? We want to get up flight recorder. We're only... Ooh, we might not make it. We could make it. We need to be 600 kilometers. And we're starting to come down at 300 kilometers. This is going to be really tight. This is going to be really tight. And I think the next one of these that I launch, I might have to upgrade to an RD-101. Because this is getting close. I don't think I'm going to make this. I've still got 100 kilometers to go. And I'm coming down through the atmosphere pretty quickly now. 80 kilometers to go. 70. 60. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be really tight. 50. 40. Come on, you can do it. 30. 20. I don't think it's done it. I think we might. Oh, this is going to be so close. 10 kilometers away. But we're only moving 300 meters a second. Oh, no, I think we failed. I think we're going to be just shy. That's devastating. Oh, that's really devastating. Yeah, we're going to be like 4 kilometers out. Oh, dear. Oof. Was that cool or was that oof? It'll be faster in orbit. Oh, no. Yeah, no, we're going to be about 4 kilometers away. Yes, F. Big F. That was bad. That was really bad. We did fail this contract, unfortunately. And I think what I might do is I might just go and unaccept the contract and do the X-Plane contract instead. I feel like that will get us more money. That's annoying. 4.3 kilometers off. That's really annoying. Oh, well. That's a bit of a waste of a mission. If by F you mean F12. No, I'm not going to F12 that. I mean, we were so close, but... Wait, where is it? Oh, we needed to... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's scientific satellite. Film return. Look at that. 596 out of 600. Ooh, does waterfall add engine lighting as well? I don't actually know. I don't think I have engine lighting on this save, so the engine lighting will be coming from waterfall. It's kind of absurd that a space agency doesn't have more building queues or a money borrowing option. No, maybe you could have used ullage motors in the vacuum. I probably, if I was in vacuum and I then pushed that stage, we might have got that extra 4 kilometers, but that's a bit sad. It spun, did it spin again? I didn't actually pay attention to that, so we're just going to do a normal recovery of those, and I'm going to cry about that, the fact that we completely failed that. I think, yeah, I might go and cancel that contract and then start looking at doing some human contracts, because they are going to get us a lot more money. They're going to get us a lot more money, and it will be a lot better for all parties involved once we get those human contracts in. I might spend some money on some upgrade points as well, because I feel like getting upgrade points all the time is always going to be good. We got some science from that, which is never bad. And yeah, I'm going to go into mission control, and I'm going to say, screw your low space film return. How much do we lose? 8,100. That's not too bad. Screw your low space film return. Yeah, we want to go for X-Planes low. Or we want to break the sound barrier crude. Yeah, we'll do that. That gives us quite a lot of money. 343 meters per second. for 30 seconds. That should be fine. We should be able to accomplish that. We will grab that now, and we will do that with the next plane, and that's all we can pick up. He isn't in a dream then. I dislike the engine lighting mod because it lit up entire planets while in space. Yes, engine lighting does do that, and it does look really bad. Especially if your clouds from Scatterer or Eve are being buggy and you can't really see them, and Earth just like looks like a big blue ball at night. The engine lighting effects of that are pretty gross, I will say. So yeah, no, engine light. It's nice that you do have that ability to light the engine, but yeah, it does look pretty bad at times. So we're going to go for... What do I want? I think I want to maybe get a four build points. And we're going to go VAB, R&D. I think R&D needs them the most at the moment. Our VAB is churning out stuff pretty quickly. So I think, yeah, I'll go for 26 points in research and development. And then maybe we'll get 23 in there. And that should do us for now. And hopefully our astronauts should be proficient with this very soon. So I'm going to time warp ahead until we get these guys to be fully proficient. Well, you never can be sure. Engine lighting don't light up planets from space. It does. It definitely does. I've seen it do that quite a lot. It definitely does. I have no idea what engine lighting are you using, just mine though. I know, yeah, the one that comes recommended with RO and oh, hello, there we go. We want to start doing some missions with these guys, and I think Speedy was going to be the first person, so that's going to take 6 days to do that. We can only train 2 at once, so I think we'll get the first 2 trained up on that. Yeah, no, Katniss, engine lighting definitely does light up the planet. I've seen it quite a lot, and it looks really horrible when it does that. So we have got Stubby Boy ready for air launch. Do we have the next lot of supersonic flight? I think we might do. So prep for air launch. That's going to take 4 days to mount that onto the plane and get that ready to be launched. And then hopefully by the time that's done, we should maybe even start looking. No, we still got a while until we can get some of our orbital rocketry stuff. So we're going to mount that to the plane. And we're going to launch this. It's been a very long time since I've done one of these, so let's air launch this. I don't think we want to be 1,000 kilometers away. Maybe we want to be 100 kilometers away? I don't know what any of these means. Altitude from sea level. Is that as high up as I can get, or can I go higher? Can I go higher than that? I don't know what I've got it set. 175 meters per second. I don't think I can do that. I think that might be the maximum height that I can go. So how far away from the Space Center do you reckon I should go? So that's good to know. It's been ages since I've used it. Mine doesn't light upscaled space. Okay, so yeah, no, it's been... I think the version of Engine Light that I had before, it's been a while since I've updated that as well. So yeah, anyone know what these numbers mean? I mean, I kind of know what distance from Space Center means, but what should I do? What should I set these to so that I'm flying back to the Space Center? Because obviously that would be the ideal kind of way that I'm flying, and I have no idea what I'm doing with this. So 100 kilometers, is that kind of good? A good region? And I think, yeah, I think I don't want to change those because I'm fairly sure they set those to the max that you can have with them. I think I might die. Have faith, Speedy. You will live, and you will live to fight another day. I'm sure this will be good. I feel like this is kind of fine. Azimuth from Space Center is probably the angle you're launching based on KSC. Not sure on distance, but you are set correctly now. Okay, cool. Starting to the west and heading east at 100 kilometers altitude. Yeah, I feel like 100 kilometers isn't too bad. So we'll launch this. Speedy Plus. I don't know why you are Speedy Plus. It's just a mistype on me. Here we go. 100 kilometers distance. Pray for the expendables of the agency. Here we go. Here we go. Our first ever air launch. Our first X-plane. Will this be a successful flight?
I'm going now.
You're going now?
Yeah.
And you're making a lot of noise.
I know. Well, what can I do if I'm trying to get out?
What can I do if I'm trying to get out? You what?
Annoyed.
You're annoyed? Why are you annoyed?
My new paint pens are so trash.
Right, so let's get this. I'm going to turn SAS on, and we are ready to fly. I'm going to point this down a little bit, hit throttle up, And we are going to fire up that XLR engine. We're going to try and nose up a little bit so we can gain some speed and gain some altitude. And let's see if we can break that sound barrier. Which I think we should be able to do. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully we should be able to. We're relatively high up. I think I want to get above 10 kilometers. Maybe I'll try and get to about 29 kilometers or thereabouts would be a nice kind of target to hit. I am simply plus. Yes. Otherwise, turn your way back to KSC. And launch azimuth, maybe your orientation within the planet. Hang on, Profi. I think I'm getting confused with all of that. Well, there we go. 315 meters per second, 320 meters per second, and we are gaining speed. We want to still nose this up, though. I would like this to maybe get to about 30 kilometers up, but this is really hard to tip up. There we go. We've broken the sound barrier. We are supersonic. And how long do we have to do this for? A remaining 20 seconds. We're still going supersonic despite me trying to get this up. Come on, we want to go higher. We want to go higher and faster than anyone has ever gone. And we're looking in at our cockpit, and yeah, it looks a little bit ugly inside because I don't have any of the prop monitor mods or anything like that. No, we are a bare bones install. This is the simplest install that I could get. So I am missing a lot of all of the nice stuff inside. Ah, there we go. Is that Florida coming up? Yes, it is. There's the Space Center. Let's try and get this even higher. Come on. 20 kilometers. Oh, we are aiming for now. We can get to 28. I believe in you. Or 25 might be nice to get to. 25, I think we get another milestone achievement there. So it's looking like we've got a little bit of wobble, though. Hopefully this doesn't cause any bad issues. But we've gone over 500 meters per second, so we are going quite fast now. We are a speedy boy. This is no longer the stumpy boy. This is the speedy boy plane. So I wonder if you can break the sound barrier just by dropping a crew capsule from air launch. I was gaining speed. Ah, we didn't quite make 25 kilometers, which is a bit of a shame. I think, yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to cut the engine and we're going to try and start flying down. Yeah, I don't know if you could do that, because I did notice as soon as we did our air launch, we started nosing down and we were gaining speed quite rapidly. So it might be possible. It might be possible. I'm not sure, though. Now the aim is to try and land as close to the KSC as we possibly can. Maybe with our landing gears, maybe not. I could try and land with the landing gears, but I'm not very confident in my abilities at flying this spacecraft, or this space plane, this X-plane even. My piloting abilities are really not the best, so this could be very, very, very bad and very painful. I do have the parachute on, though, so if the worst comes to the worst, we can just activate the parachute and everything will be fine. But we completed the Speedy Boy contract. Now all we got to do is return home safely, which we should be able to do. It's whether I can line up and land on the runway, though. That is the question. But yeah, it looks like 100 kilometers away was pretty much perfect. Writes down, is this from a mod? From what mod? Ricky Oswald. He selected air launch, which simulates his plane being dropped by a bigger plane. Yes, that is what we're doing. And yeah, no, that is from, I believe it's from just the RP-1 mod. So the realistic progression mod, which is obviously what I'm playing, KSP, RSS, RO, RP-1. That is kind of the whole suite of mods that I'm running with at the moment. Should I attempt to land this on the runway? Or due to the fact that I was having a lot of issues with the wheels before, although no, I kind of fixed them. Should I attempt to land this on the runway, or is that going to be a risky gambit? It seems kind of cheesy. You neither need a rocket nor a plane. Fix, roll, and pitch. So we want, what did we want? Do we want roll on the front ones, or I don't know. I never, ever, ever make planes in this. I never make planes, so I have no idea what I'm really doing. But this seems to fly all right. It's got a bit of something to it. I'm gonna try and maybe aim to land on the runway. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. So I'm gonna try and bleed off speed a little bit and maybe approach this. So F for the pilot, roll on front, pitch on back. Really? Is that because there's really not an awful lot of space. There's not a lot of control on the back. So we're coming in at 200 meters per second now. This flies relatively well though. And I'm just going to try and bleed off as much speed as I can on approach to the runway. Only going 180 meters per second at the moment. Let's just do a few kind of like turns like this to try and kill our speed as much as possible. 165 meters per second. I'm going to deploy the landing gears now, ready for a landing. And I have got my finger on space, ready to attempt to... to be honest, I'm a little bit worried. I am a little bit worried that this is... Yeah, we're going to overshoot the runway here. We're going to overshoot the runway here. Brace for impact. Uh-oh, that's the KSC. That's the KSC. That's the... Uh-oh, I'm going to... Yeah, parachute time. Parachute time. Come on, vertical velocity. Yep, let's fire up that parachute, please, 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 please. Come on, let's slow ourselves down. There we go. Parachute has been deployed. I bugged out. I was a little bit worried that we were coming down a little bit too quickly there, and I didn't want to break this plane. So there we go. And we have landed. We have successfully touched down on the ground, and we get a whopping... Yeah, we don't actually get an awful lot of money for that. Oh, well, quick save before landing. I should have quick saved and tried to land it, but I just got a bit scared. I got a little bit scared, and I wanted to make sure that we brought Speedy Plus down safely. If you let your front wings to pitch, they'll act like spoilers, not elevators. So we want to... So pitch, take that down on these. I'll do that next time I fly this, but what we can do is we can recover, and we can recover to the spaceplane hangar, and then we can just fly this again, which is great. We risk pilots with landing gear in the USA. I saw you lost a couple of people in For All Kerbal Kind, I'm sure, when I was... Well, in the last episodes that I was, it seems like it's been ages. Obviously, it has been ages because of Beardy's injury, but yeah, no, there were a few losses of life. I also remember there was some other weird thing that happened in For All Kerbal Kind with your X-Planes. I can't remember exactly. I wasn't even doing crew science for that. I should have done. I have really messed that up. So X-Planes supersonic, experimental rocket planes. What do we do this? That's quite a lot. That's fine. We can definitely do that. And is that going to give us the most money? Yeah, that will give us launch crewed vessels to 12.5 kilometers. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I've done that already. Reach 320 meters per second between 10 kilometers and 12.5. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. We can do that. That's okay. And we've got, well, 104,000. Where are we? We're in the middle of 1962. What is our tech looking like? Early material science. That's going to be an important one that we get. So I'm going to warp ahead. Nice landing. It will be a very nice landing. EE Gaming, yes, I believe you will be on the next flight. I am fairly sure you'll be on the next flight. And then I think it was N9, and then who was the last person? Then N9 was the last. Then it's artificial launch. Then it's N9. So yes, EE Gaming, you will be on the next flight of one of these. Maybe I'll be a bit more ballsy next time and try and land you safely. So we can prep for air launch already. Oh, it's because I used the parachute, so I need to edit this, because this is a weird thing with recovering through KSCT. If you recover with something that has deployed a parachute, you get these kind of weird, buggy issues like this, and you have to go in and edit it. So how's performance in 1.10 so far? Performance is very nice. It's very nice, and it's going very well. I have had this game open now for almost 4 hours, and I have not had a single crash, and it's seemed to be going fairly well. And I think what I'll do is, whilst we're here, might as well fill up the tanks like so. And is there anything else I want to do? Fill up the electric charge, make sure the oxygen is all the way up as well, and that should be us all sorted. That means we can just save the edits, and we can get this out to the air launch, and we can fly this again one final time. And I think what I will do is, once we fly this for the last time, I think I'll attempt a landing, and then that probably might be the end of this stream, but I'm not sure. We'll see if I've got time to do anything after that. It's a bit of a shame we haven't made first orbit, but we're getting somewhere along the way, so we're going to move that up to the top, and we are going to warp to complete, and then we're going to prep this for air launch and get this on its way. So it's going to take another 4 days. There we go, and nice. Air launch. 100 kilometers. Yep, that all seemed rather good. So we want to launch this. EE Gaming, are you ready to die? Because that is almost certainly what is going to happen. Well, hopefully not. How much free time do I have? How much free time do I have? At the moment, I've got a lot of free time. Reason being, I'm on my Easter break for university. I've got exams to revise for, but I also have a lot more free time than I have done recently, which is why I'm probably going to be streaming a lot of days. I'm going to have a video out tomorrow. I'll probably be streaming again on Thursday. But yeah, when I'm at uni, not that much free time. When I'm not at uni, lots of free time. So here we go. I've got our gears deployed. That's bad. We are going to activate the engines and fire those up. I want to kill rotation, and we want to start nosing up. Here we go. Second flight of the Stumpy Boy, I think this was called. Yeah, it was the Stumpy Boy. Second flight of the Stumpy Boy, and we are trying to fight this, trying to get our nose up. I think what might be better is to go for atmospheric autopilot rather than MechJeb. But, oh no, we seem to be... I can't pitch up any more than that. Maybe if I change these, as someone did suggest, so we'll go standard control, and that will be... Yeah, we've got no pitch control on these. There we go. And if we change the roll control on this, so that we got no roll control on those, that is what was suggested, I believe. We are rolling a little bit out of the way. Have we completed the contract yet? Where do we need to be? We need to be... Let's have a look. Reach 320 meters per second between 10 kilometers and 12.5. There we go. Reach 12,500 meters, which we are going to do. I'm going to pitch up aggressively now, and I want to see if we can make it all the way up to above 25 kilometers. Maybe even just about breach 30 kilometers, because then, well, I don't want to stay long over 30 kilometers because EE Gaming will pass out, which would be terrible, but it would be nice to hit that milestone at the same time. Stumpy Boy. Indeed, that is the name of this X-Plane. It is the Stumpy Boy, and it is doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well for us. It's got us a lot of money already. I can't believe I'm doing X-Planes. I've never really done much attention. I've never really paid much attention to X-Planes in RO and RP-1, so this isn't usual for me, but it's going quite nicely. We are getting a good amount of science. And oh, talking of science, let's activate the crew report. Let's activate the crew report. Why have I not been doing that? That's more science that we could be getting. 28,000 meters, 29,000 meters. We want to just push above that 30,000 meters. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and level this out a bit now, because we don't really want to be going over 30,000 meters for too long, because we do not want EE Gaming to pass out. That would be terrible. I think we'll cut the throttle there and start trying to nose down. There we go. Here we go. Let's try and not suffocate to death, EE Gaming. We've now hit our apogee, or apoaps, or whatever, our max altitude, and we are going to be coming down. Here we go. Here we go. I really don't like those big red letters. Ah, we are safe. We have made it through. We have successfully breached a new milestone of 30 kilometers up, and we are bringing ourselves down. Ooh, scary. I one-upped Speedy, indeed. I installed Waterfall and Infernal Robotics, deleted its Rotatron Basic from the game. Really? That's bizarre. I would have thought Waterfall would have had nothing to do with Infernal Robotics, because even when I installed it, all it changed was RO capsules, RO engines, and RO... There was something else. There were 3 mods that it had to be placed in. I can't remember exactly what they were, but Infernal Robotics, that's a weird one. Plane goes brr, and I don't know. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Congrats, EE. Yes, you are now currently the highest Kerbal ever in this save. You have made it higher than anyone else. Speedy, you will make it someday. Maybe, I'm sure on this series I probably will fly you again at some point. But there we go. Here we come down. Nice and fast now. Nice and fast. 500 meters per second. Yeah, we're going at a decent speed. And what I'm going to do is I am going to try and land on the runway. But I'm sure that will not go very well. We're really, really, really feeling the speed. We're still faster than the speed of sound, which is pretty cool. Coming down in at 5,000 meters now. I'm going to start pitching up. And we're going to try and roll this and try and get this to land over there, which would be really nice. You starting a new series? I'm not starting a new series as such. This is just going to be an RP-1 series that I play on live streams. I did a vote for this, a couple of weeks ago, and the overwhelming consensus was that people said yes, and basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to live stream a new RP-1 career, because I really wanted to go back to the early game, and I'm not going to upload any of these as series videos. It will just be every now and then I will be doing live streams of playing early RP-1 and seeing how that goes. Right, so I'm going to quick save here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to land this and see how well this goes. We're coming in at 240 meters per second, which is unfortunately a little bit too fast, so I'm going to try and bleed off speed the only way that I know how, by doing maneuvers like this. And then we're going to do a barrel roll as well, apparently. And yeah, this is less than ideal. I don't know kind of what speeds I really want to be touching down at. But, oh, here we go. Now it's coming quite difficult to maintain this. So we're going to turn this up. We're going to lower our landing gear. And we're going to try and land this. And this could be very, very, very bad. Oh, goodness. Oh, no, we overshot. No, that's not good. Oh, we've only got... Oh, right, you know what I'm going to do? Bit of a puff on the engines. We're going to get rid of those gears, and we're going to try and attempt to land the other way. There we go. We overshot the runway by a little bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to kill that ignition. I'm going to fly in this direction a little bit, do a bit of a turnaround, and try and bring this back down safely. Hopefully. We overshot, but here we go. Streaming plan anywhere. A streaming plan for what I do. So usually I stream Kerbal Space Program every Monday. Every Monday I will stream KSP. Saturdays I usually stream with Alistair, who was sat with me today. It's becoming really hard to turn this around. We're gonna go for a swim. We're gonna go for a swim. Yeah, no, I'm stalling now. I can't nose up. I can't nose up. This is bad. Can I land on the grass over here? I would rather not have to use that parachute if I can help it, but it might be necessary. Okay, right, here we go. Can we land this? Can we land this? E-gaming, here we go. Oh, we're down on the ground. There we go. We are down on the ground, and I am hitting the brakes, and we are slowing down. Oh, I think we're good. I think we're good. We have made it. We have touched down safely on the ground. We're going 30 meters per second now. Any minute we will be at a complete stop, which will be awesome. There we go. We have stopped. We can recover this safely. We're going to recover to the spaceplane hangar, and because we didn't use the parachute, we don't even need to make any edits. Whoa, that was pretty terrifying. But we did manage to bring EE Gaming safely down. He completed the contract. Everything went according to plan. How did that work? I don't know how that did work. I could use a drag chute. I probably should use a drag chute at some point using those. But EE is a successful pilot. He has managed to land safely, and that was rather terrifying. And I think on that note, as I've only got about 10 minutes left before it's been 4 hours, I think I will call that the end of this live stream. It's been a pretty good one. It's been a pretty good one. We've got most of the way to orbital. I just need to do a little bit of tech research and then probably design a rocket in the next live stream that I do of this. But yeah, I think that will come in the next live stream. Shouldn't take too long to research a lot of this stuff, and we'll get most of that done in the next one. And I imagine by the end of the next live stream, we will have gone orbital for this, which will be really, really cool. So you escaped death for now. 69 viewers, nice. But thank you everyone for coming along to this live stream. It's been really cool. I've really wanted to get back into early RP1, and I think, yeah, it's been good fun. It's been good fun. But until, well, the next one, which I think will be on Thursday, if I do what I'm planning on doing this week. I'm planning on having my install video out tomorrow. Thursday will be the next one of these, and then I don't know what I'm going to be doing after that. But yeah, that will come on Thursday. But until then, thank you for watching this. I have been Karnasa, and I will see you all later.